drum, 3 years of jazz combo playing keyboard, 6 years of track and field, 3 years of soccer, and 1 year of swim. Brandon's future plans are to attend college and or a trade school to further his education, with a major in finance and a minor in music, or vice versa, with a side possibility of automotive repairs. He would like to thank his band instructor, Mr. Dye, and percussion advisor, Hugh Yeckley, for making his music career so memorable. He'd like to thank both his parents for greatly supporting his after-school activities throughout the years, while traveling back and forth constantly to practices and events. With those around to encourage and his support in his journey, he would like to tell everyone it was a fun ride. Nina Worsing. Nina is the daughter of Sarah Worsing and Leo Worsing. While at PV, Nina has been involved in concert choir, marching band, and concert band. Nina's future plans are to attend ATEC and study culinary arts. Our next two band seniors are also members of the cheerleading squad. First we have Skylar Adkins. Skylar is the daughter of Tiffany Wolf and Sean Scalise, escorted by her brother Matthew and her parents. While at PV, Skylar has been involved in cheerleading for the football team for 4 years. She's also been a cheerleader for the basketball team for 4 years. On color guard for 2 years.
And it's another issue of the Chris Breck State Farm Insurance Coaches Show right here. Lake Effect Media and Spartan Nation present Conneaut Spartans Football on WOW TV, 1360 AM and WOW 102.9, and always free. Brought to you by your great Spartan sponsors. Conneaut Dairy Queen. Enjoy lunch, dinner, or a cool treat soon at your Conneaut DQ. Chris Breck State Farm Insurance. Here to help life go right. Conneaut Savings Bank. Come grow with us in Conneaut and Austinburg. University Hospital Conneaut Medical Center, advancing the science of health and the art of compassion. Conneaut Save-A-Lot Food Store, not lower quality, just the lowest prices every day. And Gerda's Pharmacy, family owned for over 60 years on Main Street, Conneaut. And it's another issue of the Chris Breck State Farm Insurance Coaches Show right here on WOW TV, 1360 AM, 102.9 FM. Matt Jarvie along with me, Coach Rocco Dobrin. Coach, great to be with you as we're winding down the season.
Oh, hey, it's great to be here as always.
We were just talking about that. chance of rain on the forecast for Friday, but that seems to have gone away. So it's just going to be cool weather, typical late season fall weather, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. And anytime you don't get rain, that's a good thing. And kids these days, they're resilient. They can handle a little bit of cold weather, and like you said, it ain't gonna be too cold. So.
Listen, we got 3 games left, 2 away, and then we're back home for the grand finale of the season at the University Hospital Conneaut Medical Center broadcast booth, and that is against Harbor Creek Huskies. So a tough loss, hard-fought game, but you brought it up, Rock, and when I looked at those films with the Northeast against General McLean and against Fort LaBeouf, I think I saw a similar thing that you saw in there, that they're a better football team than 0-5.
Absolutely. Those kids they played hard. They were coached well. They knew what we were doing, by some tells that we gave. So they were really prepared, and they played well. And, when it came down to it, it was a 2-point game. And, those are the way things rolled, So I thought our kids played hard, but I thought they played a little complacent. They were playing an 0-6 team, and, I think they thought it was just going to happen, and they weren't going to have to fight for it. And they weren't ready to fight for it. And we lost. You can't let those ones slide like that. But the good thing is, I think you learned some lessons from it.
I think so, yeah.
So we as a coaching staff and as players, took a good look at ourselves and the way our practices were going, and the way hey, what, maybe we weren't doing what we needed to do, and that's the best thing about a loss is you start to look inside. And again, if nothing else, I think this loss might help us the rest of the way. And then in that first playoff week, we're going to look back at this loss, and it's going to be a different then. You know what I mean? It's going to help us down the road. So
yeah,
there is going to be some good that comes from it. But it stinks that it had to happen.
Yeah. And you're right. There, even though they were a bigger school and 0-5, I looked up the enrollment, and they think they had 529 students. We have 389, but they didn't have enough to have a JV squad this year.
Right.
But they got a pretty good varsity squad put together out there for them. So.
Absolutely. Those kids played hard. Take nothing away from them. A couple things rolled their way, a couple things rolled our way. No score the first half either side, and I was proud of our defense. They hung on till the end.
They did.
But we got to put up more points in a game like that than 12 points. So.
And you look back at when you watch the film, the replay of the game, what you're talking about too, looked like the guys were a little flat out there. Deflated for some reason, it looks like, but you could see it, can't you, when you're watching?
Yeah, absolutely. And there was a couple plays where, I was really surprised, and there was a couple plays that I think they just got confused,
Okay.
And they did some things on defense, and we talked about it. Instead of being confused and then blocking nobody, we you're a little confused, but just get a body on a body and drive your feet,
Okay.
And they would be confused and maybe get up on a body, but they're not driving because they're overthinking it,
Yeah.
And those those are the things I'm telling you. Like, those things are going to happen again in the playoffs when we play some good teams in the playoffs there, and they're going to have to make those adjustments, and they just haven't had to do that in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Since the Rootstown game probably, and
yeah.
and so it was kind of that mode. But they went into the game not expecting to have to do that, and they did. And so they had to think on the run and do that, and we didn't do that. And as coaches, we didn't do that. There's some things looking back. You mean 2 guys practically touched the ball for us. We probably should have had 3 or 4 guys touch the ball for us.
Okay.
So there's a lot of little things around
Yeah.
that we could have done better as a coaching staff and as players. And again, learning experience is everything. So
Yeah. And like you said, coaches can only do so much when you're out on the field. You look really for your leadership players to really get the team kind of fired up when they're out there, and that's not an easy job to do when they're busy playing their own position too.
Right, absolutely.
But it takes a lot of things to make everything come together. But hey, really, it was an exciting game. Came down to 1 yard short of the 2-point conversion. Rice almost got it in.
Right, absolutely, and it looked like he was gonna get in. Even on film when we watch it, like he's gonna get in, and then at the end there they stop him and they do a good job at it. So
yeah, some guys were kidding around. They thought the refs were probably tired out for all the 15-yarders they paced off against us. But stuff does happen out there. The only thing that bothered me, and you go back and watch it, and it's clearly displayed on Wow TV, when Hamm took that blast helmet to helmet right in his face mask.
Yeah,
the ref was right there looking right at it, and it was no flag.
Yeah,
there's little things that we're kind of troubled by a little bit because he was hurt. He was hurt for a while.
Right, absolutely.
And we don't want any of that for either team, right?
No,
absolutely not. So, it was an exciting game, though. It really was. And like you said, they were a lot better football team, and they may get a few wins in too here for the remainder of their season too as well. Not much help out there as well. Corey came back, which is what we didn't want against Fairview and won that game. But teams like the Rovers or Rootstown, you saw how they lost to JFK?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
score too?
Yeah.
33-0?
Yeah, JFK is the real deal. JFK is the real deal.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah, we're turning that into a Halloween thing, this 33 thing, whatever it is.
right.
Keeps popping up for whatever reason.
Yep.
But, hey, we're up here. It's Wednesday at the practice field. A beautiful day. It looks like it's going to be cooler game time down in Pymatuning Valley on Friday night. Looking at these guys, they are starting to get their team together. They got 3 wins in a row now.
Yes.
After 4 losses, so they're starting to figure out their run game, I think, a little bit. And we're talking about probably the quarterback there, number 15, and also their running back 32. They seem to be able to do some things running.
Absolutely, and I think they got back in their league, and exactly what you said. I know the Vickery kid had like 6 touchdowns against St. John's, and then the Croston kid, the quarterback, got 300-something yards against Fairport, I think it was, the next week, and then they beat up Wyndham pretty good. So exactly what you said. They started to, I didn't really watch them early in the year, but I feel like they really buckled down in their quarterback and running back game. Kind of what we do.
Yeah.
Right. And that's what we see on film. A lot of quarterback counter, a lot of handoff stuff, some misdirection stuff, reverses, handoff sweeps, and but they, that quarterback, he carried the ball 33 times against Fairport. So I'm guessing I'm sure we'll see a heavy dose of that kind of thing, and they're going to want to chew up the clock and run the ball, and we're going to have to stop them. And that just and cause turnovers. So
I agree. That quarterback, he's pretty big and strong, got some speed, and he's a good runner. He moves around the field really well. So that'll be you guys have your hands full taking care of him. Anything else you notice with them as far as their defense, how they go about things?
Yeah, they got guys moving around, and they're a young team, and they know they're a young team. So they're very talented for having young kids. And so later in the season, those young kids have gotten a lot of varsity time. And so now they're coming around and gaining their confidence. When you're a freshman and sophomore and you're starting varsity, you're not very confident early in the year. But after, you get some wins, you get some, you start playing better, you start to gain some confidence. And those young guys are playing well, and they're running the ball well on defense. And their team that if they think if they're struggling, they're going to bring pressure. So,
right.
Number 15, Crossan, and the younger Crossan's a freshman, number 2. He's a little kid, but he's all over the place. The kids plays hard. So you see them kids flying around, and that you better take this game serious.
Yeah. Well, it's been an exciting year, Rock. It really has been. We're back to last week a nail biter again, which we had a few of them this year as well. But real exciting watching the Spartans. We're just hoping we can, I think what you're saying is right, and maybe we can finish out the season real strong, and the guys will be awful happy about that.
Absolutely.
As well as the coaches.
Absolutely, and that's what, we're going to take one game at a time because, I think we fall into that trap. Any kid does, coach does sometimes. And you got to really take one game at a time. But our goals are our goals that have been from the beginning of the year. We want to win them all, and
right.
And if we do win the last 3, we'll see where that places us and see what happens if we go 2-1 or 1-2, whatever happens. But the goal is definitely to go 3-0 the last 3 games and win one game at a time and see where that takes us in the playoff wise and who our competition is. So,
Coach, best of luck against the Pymatuning Valley Lakers Friday night.
Hey, thank you so much.
Absolutely. It's been another edition of the Chris Breck State Farm Insurance Coaches Show right here on WOW TV. say the field was?
Laker Stadium.
No, this is a stadium.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
All right. We must be live now.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this
That
time,
spot
as you
couldn't have run
please
that much
rise
longer, I
and
don't think.
join the Pymatuning Valley High School marching band.
Waiting for
Under
the
the
cue.
direction of Mr. Justin
Matt
Johnson,
Jarvie out here at
our
Laker
anthem
Stadium
for
down
the
in
Pymatuning Valley High
Pymatuning
School
Valley,
Anthem.
also known as Andover. This is the name of their high school down here. We're glad you could join us here on the radio and on WOW TV. Along with me is Ben Jarvie. I've got the national anthem now. Pause for a minute for that. And that's the Pymatuning Valley Laker band out on the field now playing the national anthem. And they'll go into their alma mater here. It's Matt Jarvie once again out here at Laker Stadium down in Andover. It came down first game that we've had with any bit of rain in some time. It really is. We've had some spitting here and there, but overall it's just a typical late fall evening for high school football all across the area. And we're looking forward to giving you some of the halftime scores later on at halftime. But for now, we're getting ready for this game here, which is a couple of big monumental things happening. One of them, of course, senior night here for the Pymatuning Valley Lakers, and they celebrated that before the game. Also, on our side of the field, it is Zach Rice only needs 7 yards to break the all-time Spartan rushing record. So it's a monumental game for him, too, as well tonight. We will also have an interview at halftime with Zach Rice as well. Right, Ben?
Correct, exactly. One of our Spartan insiders as well, with the man of the game tonight, who only needs 7 yards to set the Conneaut Spartans record, school record, and it should be a good game for him tonight. I think definitely he's going to get a lot of room to run, and we're going to lean on him quite a bit, especially with the wet conditions. I don't see us throwing a lot tonight, to be honest. So I think they'll lean on him quite a bit, and I expect to get him that 7 yards really early in the game.
And I think he's real hungry. He wants to finish out the year real strong,
Yeah.
as well as the rest of the team does too, as well. So if we have any opportunity after our loss to Northeast there, we still are in the hunt for a playoff game. We'll be looking into that next week as far as the numbers go and who has to beat who and what we need in order to find a place to get in the playoffs. We'll take a look at that next week. For right now, we're just trying to get a W out of this game tonight against the Pymatuning Valley Lakers. And the important thing about them is they started off the year, Ben, with 4 losses right off the bat. Boom, boom, boom. And then their last 3 games happen to be all conference games, and they have won them all. So they are leading their conference.
Yeah, exactly.
after being 0-4 at the beginning of the year. And that includes Pymatuning Valley in the lead at 3-0. Matthews is at 2-0. Windham is at 1-1 with a loss to Pymatuning Valley. Harding is at 0-2, and St. John's is at 0-3. So not much happening there, and we'll find out.
That's the Northeast Conference too.
Northeastern,
yeah, Northeastern Conference. Matthews is 6-1 overall on the season. So I mean, despite that PV is at 3-0 regionally, they're still at 3-4 overall with those first 4 losses at the beginning of the year, and they were all blowout losses. But then 3, like you said, region games that were all not even close against, in order, St. John's, Harding, and Windham. Back to back to back. So definitely they're getting a lot of momentum coming into this game, a lot of confidence, and with it being senior night, I expect them to really want to get acclimated in this game and try to score early and keep the pressure on us, because they know that we lost last week away again, and we're definitely vulnerable to having more pressure put on us if we don't start with the lead early.
Yeah, we'll also take a look at halftime, too, of the top 10 teams in Ohio football as far as the ranking goes with Etwine, and we'll cover that at halftime as well if we have time to cover everything that we're trying to. Right now we're getting ready for kickoff. Now the ball is teed up at the 40-yard line, or it is being teed up right now. Bryce Sperlin will do the duties here on the kickoff.
Yeah, Bryce Sperlin pretty much been kicking the ball for probably the last 4 games now. Kickoffs, and he's kicked off every single game this year, but also place kicking.
Here it is, right down the middle. It is caught at the 17-yard line, looking for some running room. He's meeting a lot of Spartans there, and it finally brought down up to 29.
Yeah, it was Larry Hamm made the initial hit. Larry Hamm was our offensive DQ player of the game last week. Offensively, he had, I believe, 3 catches, but the one big one was for over 30-yard gain, and very monumental as well. And, you know, he was hit really hard on a couple of those catches, as we talked about in the coaches show. And, you know, he made it all the way through the entire game despite getting hit, and was down for the count for quite a while in that Northeast game.
Yeah, and that one, we talked about that too. The play was over, and he took a blindside shot right in the face mask. And he was down for 5 minutes, like you said, but we're awfully grateful that he was okay and got up and went on to play the rest of the game.
Yep.
Pymatuning lines up on the near side hash marks. We got one wide out on the far side. Everybody else is right in on the line. Takes a snap. Quarterback looking for a run there. That's number 15. He's caught by a bunch of Spartans and pushed back.
Wow.
He may have gotten back to the line of scrimmage. I don't know. So they're marking that. They're going to give him a yard, it looks like.
Yeah, and for Conneaut, it was the 2 guys leading the charge there, driving him backwards, was Darren Christine and Ryan Turner.
Who's number 15 again, Ben?
15 is the quarterback, Ryan Croston.
Ryan Croston, and he is the main force behind this team. He does a lot of things to give them success, along with Vickery, their running back, number 22.
Yep.
They do the lion's share of the work.
Yep, and they're both sophomores as well.
Croston back, he hands off this time. That's to Vickery. And he runs off the left or right guard and cuts it back to the center of the field. And that's a big gainer there for a first down.
Yeah, Vickery, as we were just saying, he's a sophomore, but he's going to be the driving force for Pymatuning definitely tonight. And his little legs definitely are going to be taking off with pretty good acceleration, as we just saw in that play.
And they're a young team overall, a little like us. I mean, we had a lot of returning players next year. There's the play again. Croston gets the ball, number 15, looking for some running room. Finds a little. He does pick up about 5. They're marking that down, I think it looks like, at the 47-yard line.
Yep. Yeah, Croston with the keeper on that one. And he's got pretty good wheels as well.
Yes. We talked about that in the coaches show, that Croston is a very good runner. He's a big, strong kid, but he's got speed too. If he breaks it out in the open and finds a gap, he's got speed, breakaway speed to go to the end zone.
Yeah, and there is some relation as well to head coach Neil Croston as well.
Croston hands off. Vickery gets it there, but a lot of Spartans are all over him, and he's going to be brought down. That's for a loss of 1 yard.
Yeah, actually, yeah, good presence by the front 4 for Conneaut. That was Moses Schwartz and Christine.
Better bring a third down and 7, Ben.
Yep.
0-0 early in this one down here in Andover. Had a little rain a little bit ago. It seemed to have gone away. The forecast is calling for some rain in the 8 o'clock hour, but we'll have to wait and see. Maybe it'll blow by us here. That would be nice. I'm sure the field is plenty soft out there as it is right now.
Yeah, it looks definitely very wet and glistening out there already.
50 degrees on the field right now. On the ref.
Timeout.
Timeout against for PV.
Yep.
I want to talk about something here.
Yep.
Well, he knows they have a drive going here, and it's been running out of gas due to the Spartan defense rising to the occasion mostly, but he probably wants to try to.
Yeah.
I know what the guys are cleaning off their cleats out there.
Yeah, exactly. And the Pymatuning Valley Lakers, they have their the Breast Cancer Awareness Month pink socks as well, and some of the hand towels as well for them around their belts.
So part of the Susan Coleman charity possibly, or maybe they have their own down here.
Yeah, it's excellent. And it's been great, as we were just talking about the defense. They're still averaging just 14 points a game this year. I mean, they held Northeast in their great offense to only 14. And, I mean, it's just shown you how well this defensive team has really stacked up all year.
Croston back, gets it's a pitch out to the near side here. Looking for Vickery, looking for some running room, picks up maybe a yard, and that's it.
Yeah,
maybe back to the, oh no, they're just calling right back to the line of scrimmage is what they're saying.
Yeah, I would say.
I thought he fell forward, but his knee must have went down right on the line there.
Yeah.
So the Spartan defense rising to the occasion here early in the first on the opening drive for the Lakers. And that brings up 4th down.
4th and long, yeah, about 7 probably.
Who's that back punting for
That's Ryan Croston, the quarterback.
Croston. Well, he's doing it all, trying to. It's a nice punt. It's over the left side. It is out of bounds. One out of bounds, probably about the 45 or the 25-yard line. Let's see where they mark that at.
That was a pretty decent kick. Probably at least 30 yards.
Yeah.
They're spotting at the 20. So
you can tell that Croston is quite an athlete for these, and we'll see how much he carries the load of this team. I mean, they've got some other good players around him, obviously, but he is an exceptional talent, I think.
Yeah.
And he's shown it here early in the game. Unfortunately, the defense was able to shut them down, and we're looking at, I don't know why it went all the way to the 20. One out of bounds before that.
Yeah, that's where they marked it. It was a pretty generous spot.
Yeah, it wasn't our fault at all. There's the pitch out. Rice getting the ball, cuts back, looking for some running room, spins around. He's got some running room down the near side of the field. He could be gone for a touchdown. 30, 20, 15, 10. Touchdown, Zach Rice on the first play of the game.
Man, oh man. He spun outside of that one tackle. I'm not sure who slipped him. I think it was number 25 for the Lakers. That he spun out of. That was Matthew Adkins, the defensive back, and he took it 80 yards to the house and set the school record in one play.
Yeah, it sure makes it easy waiting for that 7 yards when he does something like that, right?
Yeah, exactly. You don't even have to really kind of take the moment to, but they are still taking the timeout over here.
They were stopping the game on the field right here. Ben's going to zoom in on that.
Congratulations to Conneaut running back Zach Rice, who entered tonight's game with 2,999 career rushing yards.
999, wow.
Surpassed Mikey Williams, who had 3,005 career rushing yards.
Okay.
So Zach Rice is now the Conneaut Spartans career rushing leader. Congratulations to Zach Rice.
Yep, and well earned. Mike Williams was the previous holder, yeah. I remember that when that happened.
Yeah, and we'll have a nice interview at halftime too with Zach Rice as well. You know, it's going to be one of those things where we'll look back and we'll be able to say one day, I saw Zach Rice run the ball.
Yeah.
I saw Mike Williams run the ball. Those kind of things, you know.
Yeah.
I saw Jake Slayton
throw the ball. Yeah, exactly. Monumental for Conneaut athletic history.
Tremendous effort right off the handoff there. I don't know if anybody got a hand on him. Somebody might have grazed him with a hand, but he cut back as soon as he got the handoff, cut back to the center of the field, and then found some room on the near side, and then no one touched him after he broke to the near side of the field.
Yep.
And if you're listening on the radio, they were going left to right on your radio dial.
And the kick by Bryce Sperlin's good, so that makes it 7-0 Conneaut on the very first offensive play of the game.
I want to thank everyone out there for watching the game on WOW TV and Sparky's Grill. If you're out looking for a burger tonight, stop in there and watch the game. Also, you can watch it at Conneaut Pizza and Subs.
Yeah. And that Conneaut Spartans touchdown also brought to you by Conneaut Savings Bank. Stop and ask about online and mobile banking. Online banking makes transactions fast and easy. CSB in Conneaut and in Austinburg.
Very good. Well, that'll keep our offensive line from getting tired out. They'll be resting up, ready for the game. Here we're giving the ball back to the Lakers here.
Yeah, and look at the rain coming down now, too.
Oh, yeah, it's a real
steady.
soft rain. It's not a heavy rain. It's light drops that are just kind of falling like a mist, like a heavy mist.
Yeah, it's very steady, though. I mean, it disappeared for a bit, and it was pretty steady during the senior night awards.
And it's a kick to the near side of the field, bounced at the 20 and then out of bounds. So looks like it went out about at the 17.
Yeah, but they call legal procedure for kicking it out. So the Lakers will get it at the 40, I believe, right, or the 30.
Well, I don't know why we got it at the 20 last time. It didn't matter, obviously.
Yeah. No, it didn't matter one bit.
Yeah, because they kicked it punted it out of bounds, but.
Yeah, I thought it was a generous spot. I thought it was out at like the 25, but
it did. I think it went out at least at the 25 in the air. But anyway, this will be 1st and down for the Lakers. If anything, it'll be difficult for the passing game with this much rain out there. The ball's going to be a little slippery as it is. Footing may become a bit of an issue. They've got the scratch pad. They're clearing their cleats off. There's a running play by Croston there. A couple of Spartans grab him and bring him down.
Yep.
Right off the bat, that's Nesbitt.
Jaden Anderson,
Anderson.
Got the stop. Yeah, but a good gain by Croston, about 3 yards. They're going to mark it. Putting it at the Laker 38 or so.
And it's 2nd and 8. Croston man in motion. Almost handed up, but takes off running instead, looking for some room up the middle, and he finds some, showing how strong of a runner he is. He gets almost to a 1st down. They're going to mark that a yard short, Ben.
Another great run as well by
that just
by
showed
Croston.
He showed his strength right there.
Yeah.
Because he ran into 2 Spartans, and he didn't seem to slow down his momentum very much. He still got out at the 44-yard line. They need a yard to go for a 1st down. So that'll make it 3rd and 1.
Croston as well. I mean, he's not overly big, but 5'11", 175 listed on the sheet. Probably got some room to grow as well, being so young. But
he keeps it again, looking to get that 1 yard, and he does. Gets across the 45 and then out of bounds.
That's the Lakers' 1st down, their first one of the game. Wyatt Payne making the stop for Conneaut, which Wyatt Payne's been one of the toughest little guys on defense.
Oh, really has. It's amazing you look back and the job that Wyatt Payne and Ty Colville have done together as a 1-2 combo. And even Ty alone by himself, and he's been averaging 16, 17 tackles a game. Just incredible. Absolutely incredible. It's a 1st down for the Lakers. Croston back. Vickery off to his right. He's rolling out, looking to throw. It's downfield.
Incomplete.
It was he overthrew his running back, who was number 6, who was the guy in motion, I think, and he just overthrew him.
That's Devin Sharp, who's a senior, one of the only seniors. I think he's one of 2 seniors on the team, one of 3 seniors on this team. 5'7", 160, wide receiver. He received a varsity letter this year, of course, so, and two different letters.
So that'll bring up 2nd and 10 with the incomplete pass. Crossing his back, looks like Vickery off to his right. Takes a snap, hands off to Vickery up the middle. He's got some running room, dragging a couple Spartans with him, showing some strength there, and he's all the way out to across the 50 to the 46-yard line.
Yep.
47.
And of course, you know who the name was, Ty Colville making the stop. There was a mob of Conneaut Spartans there. I mean, Chris Stein was there. But Ty Koval was the man landing him down. I mean, he just really has good tackling technique.
I'm pretty impressed with their running game so far, though.
Yes.
I mean, they're a decent team. I think we're maybe running into another surprise. We thought maybe they were 0-4 at the beginning of the year, and we don't want to underestimate anybody ever again, do we, after we did with the Grape Pickers?
Yep, exactly. Can't take him for granted. Vickery as well. He's a pretty smaller guy, but very dense lower half.
Back, he's got wideouts on the far side. He's thrown across the middle, connects. That's all the way down to the 32-yard line for the complete pass.
Yeah, stopped by Max Gleason, and that was for Devin Sharp as well, the guy we just called a couple plays ago. And that's a Laker first down. Pickup of a little more than 10 at least. So
First and 10. We didn't know about their throwing game at all because they hadn't seemed to have done much of it that we could find anyway in the stats, but they're certainly looking as though that it's no stranger to them after that play.
Yeah, ball's at the 33 for Conneaut, or at the Conneaut 33.
Oh
Croston with the keeper, and Koval wraps him up. He maybe got 3 or 4 on that one. Croston really just very strong and lowers his shoulders and just gets down and blows a couple guys over usually just to try to get up the middle. Very strong up the middle runner.
Yeah, Scotty Edwards was in on that one too. And he had a good grip around him, like a bear hug grip. And Croston was still moving forward. So, I mean, to carry Scotty Edwards along, he's got to be a strong runner.
Yeah.
Man in motion. Croston's back, looking to throw. He takes off running instead. The defenders were on him. Instead, he picks up a first down. He's all the way down to the 17-yard line, I think, right?
Yeah, he slipped a couple tackles.
No, 22.
Yeah, he's close to a first down. I think maybe a yard shy. Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're moving him.
Okay.
They're sort of kind of moving him.
I thought he was a shy a little bit. Okay. They just gave it to him.
Yeah,
And,
I noticed they've been doing that. You know, there's been some complaints about that, but they're not measuring as much as just going ahead and allowing it as a first down.
Yeah, if it looks close enough, I think it depends on what quarter the game is, too. If it's late, of course they might measure it.
It could be, or maybe they don't want to slow it down. There's Croston again looking for some running room. Vickery got the ball, but he lost his footing. We talked about that on this wet field.
Yep. It's going to be a little tough for sure.
I don't know what kind of cleats he has, but in their last time out, he was cleaning off the cleats. They brought out a scrub pad that he was brushing them off out there on the field, and he lost his footing that time. So it could be something to do with his footwear for these conditions.
Oh, yeah, exactly. I mean, it's still sprinkling just a bit. It's let up quite a bit, but it's still going to keep softening the ground and the grass. It's a real grass field as well, so.
Spartans are up 7-0 here in the first quarter, 2:54 to go. Croston is rolling out. He's throwing the ball and went off his fingertips and out of bounds. Incomplete pass.
Yep.
That'll bring up a third down and 11.
Incomplete. I think he might have just thrown a little high and.
Can you see who that was intended for?
I think it was number 2.
Oh.
Which was Sean Croston, probably his brother.
Oh.
Yeah. Freshman, 5'7", 145, wide receiver.
Wow.
So, went tipped right over his hands. I mean, if he caught it, I think he would have had a first down.
Yeah.
But just not enough room to roll out and catch the ball. Bringing up 3rd and long for Pymatuning.
Two wideouts on the far side, 25 and 6 are out there. And there's a timeout. Looks like the Pymatuming's calling a timeout here. They want to make sure they get this one right because, again, they find themselves in a decent drive, and they don't want this to go for another goose egg, too.
Yep. Yeah, they're at the 25, we'll call it, or 26. So they want to keep moving and not burn out here, but they might go for it on 4th down just to keep the momentum going this deep in territory.
And this is an opportunity for the Spartans here to really nail this one down and get put them on 4th down where they still have too far to go and get the ball back.
Yep.
If you missed it, if you tuned in late, or a little bit later from the beginning. Zach Rice did break the record tonight. He had a breakaway touchdown on the first play of the Spartans and broke all the way downfield on the near sideline here and scored 7. He only needed 7 yards, and instead he got 7 points and the 7 yards. I don't know what that total was. Do you know how far that was? That was
80 yards.
80 yards, yeah.
80 yards, yeah.
80 yards. So he's way over Mike Williams' previous record of 3,005 yards.
Yeah. Well, and tonight he's averaging 80 yards a carry, so that's pretty good. That's a good night if he can keep that up.
Right.
So.
And number 10 and number 6, 3 wideouts on the far side, 1 on the near side. Crossing his back, he jumps up, completes it across field to Vickery, and he found some running room, but is finally driven out of bounds, but not until he gets all the way down to what, the 5-yard line?
Oh yeah, it's first and goal. I'm not sure, maybe the 6 or 7. Yeah.
Boy,
man,
that's
a jump pass too.
Yeah,
you saw that. Yeah.
Vickery is a sophomore, you said, right?
Yeah, Vickery's a sophomore. Croston as well.
Well, we saw that in the films. Looked like Croston and Vickery were the two. Not that they don't have other guys that are dangerous. They obviously do. But those two were the workhorses, it seems like, for the Laker offense.
Yeah, it's first and goal at the 6.
And Croston was trying to get in there. He's almost in for a touchdown. My goodness.
Yeah, it couldn't. I mean, just trying to creep its way in there with only 6 yards to go on these 4 plays. Pushed out of bounds, I think. Second down. I think he got almost to the 1, I think, based on the mark. He's close.
Yep.
So he got a 5-yard gain.
2 minutes, or under 2 minutes now, too, in the first quarter here. Vickery's back in the shot. Gets it. He's going to run up the middle, but he's grabbed right away. That was Jaden Anderson, I think, who grabbed him first, and then Darren Christine came in, I think, after that and finished him off.
Yep. I think he lost a couple, so backing him up to about the 3. Good presence by the front 4 for Conneaut. Actually, the whole front 7 really stacking the box quite a bit and not allowing anything up the middle. And this is bringing up a crucial 3rd and 3 for Pymatuning. They got an opportunity though to tie the game. Only 1:05 left to go in the first quarter.
Another jump pass, and it almost picked off.
Number 6, that was Caden Heinley for Conneaut. Just
looked like he had a good shot.
In
you know, if he would have caught that, he might have been gone. He had some running room in front of him. There isn't anybody back on the field at all. And hopefully he's all healed up. I know Zach said that he felt he was almost completely healed up, or healed up quite a bit. It was still bothering him last week a little bit playing against Northeast, but this week, as of Wednesday, he felt a lot better. Certainly looked like it on the first play.
Yeah, and Caden Heinley looked really good there with that burst of speed coming in, and they just knew that was coming too. With that, it was the same play that they ran just a few times ago. So.
Yeah. Lakers want to talk about it again here. They want to make sure they get this right because they know this is a big game. Playing against Conneaut, we don't play each other that much in football, it seems like, but this is an old-time Southern County rival from back in the old days of the NEC, and it's nice to be back down here and back in this mix again.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, and they the rivalry is not quite at what it used to be, but it definitely Conneaut plays doesn't allow anything small time definitely for the game. Like last week against Northeast, I mean it was rough at times with some of those and they really don't have that much history between Northeast and Conneaut, so
right they
played them real tough.
We have more in basketball than football.
Yeah. And even then, there's not really a rivalry. It hasn't been ongoing. So,
as number 2 took the snap on that one, he handed off to Croston, and he's passed it into the end zone. Touchdown. That was an interesting play.
That was, yeah.
That was number 2 took the snap. Croston went in motion. He took the handoff from number 2, who rolled out to the far side on the right side of the field over there and found a receiver in the end zone all alone just standing there, and he just put it in his breadbasket. The kid caught it with his arms, curled up from underneath,
Right. Yeah, just a perfect lob pass, found him right in the back corner. And, yeah, it was, and Coach Tim called it that way, too, halfback pass, and it was a really well drawn up play for Pymatuning. Croston laid it right in there real soft for him.
And let's see, they're gonna
go
for 2.
Go for 2, yeah.
Yes, they are. Croston's back. Oh no, number 2 gets the snap again.
Oh,
he did not make it.
He's not gonna get there.
No, he's not. That is forward progress. He should have had a whistle before that.
Yeah.
He was in the grasp. He was not moving forward. That's how people end up getting hurt. So.
Who was what?
You're off, Ben. Go ahead. Go ahead and talk. All right, so that makes it 7-6 right now. Spartans have a 1-point lead in this one. Nice drive by the Lakers on that series. It kind of finished off with some really unusual plays. How they started mixing in, alternate player taking the snap and then involving Croston in it that way, which was a little different.
Yeah. Yeah, but, I think there was some question as to who caught the touchdown for Pymatuning.
Oh, yeah.
But it was in the back corner, so I wasn't sure. But even still, it's tied up 7-7,
and
just like that.
The rain has stopped too, Ben.
Yeah.
Looks like it has, so hopefully we'll hold off for the rest of the night here. So we got looks like number 55 kicking the ball off now. We saw Croston doing it earlier, didn't we?
Yeah.
Oh, he's a squibbler kick. It's picked up at the 30. Oh, he falls on it instead. Bryce Sperling couldn't get the handle on it. Maybe it was after rolling. That was, who was it? Number 19.
Jason Stiles, I believe.
Jason Stiles, right.
Yeah. I mean, it's wet and slippery still out there, so.
I think you're right.
Ground ball got right between his legs.
Somebody put some grease on that pig.
Yeah.
And Stiles couldn't pick it up and do anything with it. So
yeah,
that's bound to happen in this kind of weather. Max is back. He hands off. That's Wyatt has got it on the far side. Look for some running room, and he breaks through. He has got some running room on the far side. One player grabbed him, and then a late hit after the whistle. We'll see if they say anything about that.
I don't think so. It was Ryan Croston, the quarterback for the Lakers, but he helped him right up too. So
yeah,
I think he came out. He was out of bounds and came back in the field. So
the whistles had blown though. So
yeah, they just let it go though.
Try to control yourself as much as you can there a little bit.
Yeah. But a great pickup by Wyatt. I mean, that was a pickup of.
It looked like he could have
20.
Looked like he could have gone all the way, but somebody grabbed his arm and spun him around. There's Max again, a handoff. I think that was Zach that took that one. It was.
Yep.
Only maybe it's about back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it.
Yep. Yeah. No gain on that one.
They saw him in action getting 8 yards, and then they heard about his presentation there, so you know that they know everything about him right now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They're going to keep an eye on him for the rest of the night.
Yep.
Time is running out here. Just a few seconds left here. 7-6 in the first quarter. Spartans are still up right now, but we are on the move also. We'll take a brief timeout and be back. It is 7-6 Spartans over the Lakers here after one quarter. And we might point it out too that when we take a break, that's because we're also involved in a radio broadcast as well, and we're still playing the ads over the air for the radio. That's why we take that break. It's a handoff. Zach gets the ball. Took him a long time to get the handle on it looked like there before he finally gets about 5 on that run.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened there, but it was almost like he had got Max's arm stuck in his jersey or something like that, and he couldn't break free.
Well, and the hole too was pretty tight. I think there was a lot of those Laker defensive linemen just caving in on collapsing in the hole quite a bit. Number 62 was there to kind of be a threat there, but he slipped past him, Brennan Moore. So
Max gets a snap, gives it to Rice again. He's going to break out to the near side. They're looking to get around the corner, not much room. Out of bounds, but that's about a first down there.
I think it's very close. And Vickery is down. I think that he on the blitz there for the Lakers came in and got hit real hard on a block by, I think, Jaden Anderson.
I thought Rice was past the 40. They crossed midfield, obviously, and I thought he got past the 40, but they're marking it right on the 40.
Yeah, or even shy of the 40. So it's 4th and a half, we'll call it.
Right, so they're not giving them the first down, so it is 4th and half a yard.
This is big. Conneaut, I think, will go for it, but they're in good field position to at least give it a try.
You got Max back there. Wyatt is off the side, and he goes right up the middle. Max looking for some running room. He's got some, but he's a whole bunch of players there that he can't kind of negotiate his way out of, and he ends up going down in a crowd.
Yeah, nice play by Max, and kind of got lost with it, like you said, within the crowd.
It looked like he was trying to break to the near side of the field again because he could see there was room over here, but he just couldn't get out of that big tornado he was mixed up in there. There was Spartans in there, there was Lakers mixed in with it, and finally they all went down.
That first down brought to you by Chris Breck State Farm. And consider bundling your insurance coverage and saving money. Call 593-1191. Here to help life go right.
Max is back in the shotgun again. Rice gets the ball, looking for some running room on the far side. He's got it. There's the first down, and he shuffles another couple of footsteps and finally goes down. And another late hit right on top of him.
Yeah. Oh, he got the first down again, though, so pick up well over 10, maybe 13 or so.
Right, that'll make it 1st and goal. Spartans are threatening again, leading by 1 point, 7-6, now into the second quarter.
That first down brought to you by University Hospital Conneaut Medical Center, celebrating 100 years of advancing the science of health and the art of compassion.
Yeah, can't wait for the last game of the year when we're up there at the University Hospital Conneaut Medical Center broadcast booth. Max gets the ball again. He's looking, that was a successful run there. It was, he even faked me out.
Yeah, he pretty much.
That was Max Wyatt Payne. He's standing sideways. I can never see his number.
Right, exactly.
I thought Max kept that ball, but he didn't. What are they saying here, too?
It's marked down at maybe the 3, so it's 2nd and goal at the 3 or so.
All right.
So we got a few.
Max is back, Rice off to the left side. He's got some running room, and he's in for another touchdown. 2 touchdowns for Zach Rice so far. And he's over 100 yards, we know that.
Oh, yeah.
Probably.
Already for now, yeah, for sure. He's already over very early in the second quarter. Exactly. 2 touchdowns as well. What a great night for him.
That takes us to 13. And looks like Bryce Sperlin try to add the extra point. It's raining again out here too as well.
Yep, that's picking up a bit.
Ball is down, it is up, and it looks like it is off. It is good.
Okay.
I thought it went left a little bit, but he got it through there.
It was kind of like a knuckleball. It had no spin on it.
It wasn't pretty.
Yeah, but it made it through.
It counts the same, right?
Yep. I mean, he has a strong leg, so I mean, even if he's slightly off, he has enough to get it there every time.
Yeah. And we've had a lot of guys that have been on the kicking team this year that have tried their hand at putting their foot into it. We had Thad Huyer that was kicking there for a while. And Bryce Sperlin seems to have won over that position.
Yep, it was a good battle, but yeah, I think Bryce has pretty much had it, and he's locked in for the rest of this season.
Makes it 14-6. Spartans have teed it up on the 40, and they'll give it back to the Lakers here, and see what that brings. They got Vickery back on the near side, and number 6, the senior player.
Yeah, Devin Sharp.
Devin Sharp on the far side over there.
Yep.
Ball is back. Sharp's going to take it. He catches it at the 18-yard line, looking for some running room. He got some up the middle there, and he finally grabbed and brought down, but not until he gets to the 35.
And Ty Koval, big-time wall tackle right in open space. He's probably already got 4 tackles early in this game.
Oh, yeah, at least.
Everyone's got their umbrellas out now. You hear it for the home crowd.
Oh, yeah.
And the away crowd as well across the way.
Hey, you gotta love these guys. They come out here on the weather like this just to watch a football game. That's wonderful.
Yep, definitely very supportive for the home team.
Croston back. He hands it off to Vickery. He didn't get much on it, but he did.
Hand off to number 22, Ty Vickery.
Maybe a yard. See where they mark it. It looks like they're marking it where he's going to get a yard out of that.
I gave him a little bit more than that. I'd say
yard and a half.
2. Yeah, 2.
It's 2nd down and 8.
Yeah, so he drives his legs. I mean, like I said, he's 5'9", 190, so he's got a very strong lower half.
He
definitely.
really does. Yeah, him and Croston both are strong runners.
Yep, very thick guy as well.
Kept it. It's a keeper this time, but there's a lot of Spartans there that come up and just nailed him and put him down, and he's right back about at the 35-yard line again. That's a loss. They're going to mark that up. Okay.
Yep, and
I don't know if he got quite that far or not, but
yeah, it's at the 38.
Yeah.
Scotty Edwards with a stop for Conneaut. Third and 8 still, I think. We say that he really made no gain on that one.
Cross the back, gets the ball. He hands off. It's a double reverse, but the second handoff didn't work. And the Spartans are saying they have the ball.
Yeah, it did come loose on the hit. And Conneaut comes up from the pile with the ball.
Yeah, and that was number, out of the way there, my friend.
52, who's 52, Moses Schwartz.
I was saying that was number 2, I think, who got the second handoff, wasn't it?
Oh, for the Lakers?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
I think it was
so.
Number 2, and he missed the handle on it and went down. And
that's Sean Croston, who we called a few times for some catches. But Moses Schwartz with a fumble forced and recovered, and that's Conneaut Spartans ball at the 30 or 31. Oh, me take? Okay. And on 1st and 10, the ball's loose again. Very slippery conditions out there on the handoff. The exchange was lost between, but Conneaut does get it. Max fell on it, but it was the handoff between Max and Wyatt.
You know, they're going to look back, Ben, at this film, and when they review it, they go, I wish I'd have gave that to Rice, because he was probably off for another touchdown.
Yeah, exactly.
There was nobody on the far side of the field where he was at. Larry Hamm lined up on the near side. Like to see him in action again.
Exactly. Like to get him back involved. And Max on the keeper. He's coming towards the near sideline. He's got plenty of room, and he finally goes out of bounds.
Yeah, that's Croston who pushes him out, but not till he gets almost to the 20.
Yep, he's close to first down, maybe a gain of 8.
You know, he was showing his speed there because he was up against some pretty fast players for the Lakers, but not on the same level as Max.
Yeah.
And he was able to get past him and almost get around the corner. And it didn't look like he could have, you know, a few minutes before that.
Exactly. Max has great burst of speed. And on 3rd and 2, It's a shotgun. The fumble, or I'm sorry, the snap was low and it rolled to Max. Max dives forward. He does get a couple. He might have got it.
I think
despite
so.
the broken play.
They're moving the markers, Ben.
Yep, he got it on that. I mean, the snap rolled to him like a bowling ball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's about as broken as a play can be.
Yeah, it was
Andover Village Retirement, Lakeshore Coffee, Charlie's Auto Parts, Stable Winery, Christian Payne Enterprises, Hickory Nut Fencing, Deadly Nightshade.
And first down, like we said, Conneaut. Ball's at the
Oh, he's going to roll out.
20, and he throws it.
Completes
Floater.
it, Ben.
That's Zach Rice.
Nice passing play. Rice was all alone. A couple defenders came up quickly, though, to prevent him from getting downfield too far, but he does pick up. Looks like they're marked out where. That's about a pickup of 4 yards.
Yep. And, well, more than that, for sure. No, that's first down.
First and
goal. Ball's at the, hard to really say, but ball's at the.
Penalty on Conneaut, ineligible downfield.
Ineligible man downfield, so they're going to move this one back.
Oh, we'll have to.
Didn't see the flag thrown, but they're moving it way back.
I didn't either. Be darned.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for Conneaut. They're really moving the ball so well on that drive. And Max on the run found Zach Rice, and they were in striking distance again.
Oh, that's 10 yards?
Well, the ball was at the 20, so they moved it back to the 30. They replayed the down.
Okay.
So I guess it's at the it's 1st and 20 at the 30. That's unfortunate. Max in shotgun with Wyatt and Zach on both sides, and he's going to hand it off to Zach Rice, who's going to the far sideline.
Oh, he's running out of room.
Yeah, he got forced out, lost a couple on that one.
Looking for the corner, but there wasn't any corner to get around.
Carry by Zach Rice.
Well, things were going pretty well there until the penalty, and now we're in a difficult spot here.
The Spartan lead, though, brought to you by Conneaut Dairy Queen. Remember, the Blizzard for October is Scary Not Too Scary, featuring the Snickers Brownie Blizzard. Very good, always. Also enjoy the chicken strip basket, of course, in the whole Brazier menu at the Conneaut Dairy Queen.
Wyatt gets it, look for some running room, and he's got it. Runs hard. Hits the Laker head on the defender, and he's into the end zone, Ben.
Wow. That was 30 yards out on a second and 20.
What a tough run, too. I mean, he had to go head first right into the defender and nail him. He put his shoulder down and went into him, and he was able to break through it and then get downfield even further with a lot of traffic around him and break into the end zone.
That was an amazing play by Conneaut. Great blocking downfield, too, by the wide receivers and the up front line.
Yeah, that's one we'd like to watch again.
And Wyatt Payne from 30 yards out scores his first touchdown tonight.
Ball is down.
Oh, and the snap, the hold was bad, and Larry's going to throw it.
Larry Hamm, he does. He gets a 2-point conversion.
Larry finds that was Wyatt Payne as well. Oh, my goodness.
Larry Hamm showing his hand there on that one, saying, hey, maybe I should be taking snaps here.
He looked really good throwing the ball.
He did.
I mean, man, oh, man.
Good spiral and everything, you know?
Yeah, and that was a broken play, you know? My goodness. Yeah, so that makes it 22-6.
Yep, 22-6. The Spartans are starting to heat it up here. Turning the heat up.
Man, oh man, that was a crazy play.
On these nights, you probably wish you could. You probably snuggle somewhere, maybe watching it on the flat screen. You got it on the radio, whatever you're doing. Well, we thank you for joining us and being a part of this football game here tonight. This is week number 8, so we've got 2 games after this one. We'll be heading to Brooklyn, not in New York City. No, we were grateful for that because that's like, what's that, a 20-hour drive or something?
Oh, to New York City?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a long drive.
There's a Brooklyn High School is south of Hopkins Airport. Here's the kick. Vickery's got it, Ben.
Yep, and Vickery cutting towards this near sideline, going left to right.
Oh, my goodness.
And he throws down Caden Heinley on the tackle, going out of bounds. Caden's a very strong defender and tackler, but Vickery was just going to force his way wherever he needed to be on that one.
He's a tough kid. He's a tough kid. He really is.
Yeah. I'm glad to have Caden Heinley back, though, for a lot of reasons for Conneaut.
Yeah, I didn't have a chance to talk to him about the condition he's in as far as his knee sprain. I don't know if that's back to what would he say? I don't know. We'll try to get that for you next week if we can.
The Conneaut Save-A-Lot halftime recap upcoming just after the end of this quarter, brought to you by Conneaut Save-A-Lot Food Store. Not lower quality, just the lowest prices. T-bone steaks, boneless Delmonico steaks, always great food prices in the plaza on West Main Road.
There's Croston again. Some hard fought. Oh, how did he get up there? It looks like he's going down at right back around the 50-yard line, but then he kind of spins around and he finds his way almost down to what's a first down.
Yeah, 11 yards. He somehow forced his way all the way through and got that one. I can't believe that. Yeah.
I don't know how he kind of almost shot himself forward 3 or 4 yards.
He's very good at dropping down low, but still staying upright. Definitely seems like, and springboarding off of other defenders.
That's Vickery again with the ball. He runs in a couple defenders there, and he gets maybe one. And that's it.
Yep, 2nd and 9 upcoming. Ball's at the 39. But they're already up into Conneaut territory with 3:27 left to go in the second quarter. You got plenty of time to score. 22-6, Conneaut with a nice sound lead. 2 touchdowns by Zach Rice and 1 by Wyatt Payne right there at the end.
Snap is back. Crossan looking to throw the ball. He's got some pressure coming at him. And he takes one spin and he falls down, but not until he picks up a couple of yards.
Yep, good tackle though by Zach Rice and a couple of the other Spartans to get over on this near sideline. Stop him at just maybe 2 yards. Picked up Sperlin as well in on that. It's 3rd and 6 or something like that, we'll call it, upcoming.
Yeah, the Lakers are moving the ball, but it's not. They're not doing it where it's real pretty, but they're kind of effectively getting it down there somehow.
And on 3rd and 6, Croston's running to the far sideline, and he shakes between one tackle, jukes outside of the other, finally dragged down, gets the first down so easily though.
He's amazing. He's an amazing running back. He's a quarterback, but the way he runs the ball is just really something.
Exactly. First down Lakers. The stop was by Troy Turner. And the ball's at the 20. So they're in the red zone now.
22-6. 2 minutes to go here. The first half. We'll be replaying the coaches show at halftime. And also we got that interview with Zach Rice coming up too as well. You don't want to miss that one.
And the run by Vickery on first down, and he goes to the far sideline, finds the corner, but is forced out by Ty Koval, I believe. Oh, Troy Turner, okay. Yep, Troy Turner forced him out to that far sideline. But he got about at least 5, so bringing up 2nd and 5 upcoming at the 15.
Yeah, and we'll see. We're also going to have the recaps, Conneaut Save-A-Lot recap, and also get some scores in before the end of halftime, right?
Yep.
Oh, Croston, he was going to run to the left, and instead he turned it up the middle, and he still picked up a couple, Ben. He's close to a first down.
Yeah, that's unbelievable.
It is a first down.
I think they're marking it, yep.
It's first and goal.
For sure, first and goal.
My goodness.
Yeah, he moves the ball so well. He's at the 9, so first and goal at the 9. If they just keep this up, I think they got a touchdown. They just haven't converted all their drives to touchdowns so far yet. But
yeah.
And Croston from shotgun, he fakes one tackle and slips between another, shakes off Moses Schwartz, I believe.
They're still moving.
And he's still moving somehow. He's such a strong runner. I mean, like, He's just fighting his way from the lower body.
I mean, usually they blow the whistle when you're standing there without moving that long with a Spartan holding on to you. That'd be forward progress. But either way, we're running out of time here.
And on a quick snap, the ball rolled and was loose on the ground, but crossed and fell on it. So they blew a play, fortunately for Conneaut.
They're trying to hurry up and get one in. See, yeah, he drops it to have some time. He's got 12 seconds left here. They're trying to hurry up
and they used their timeouts already, so they have no way. They had to spike the ball.
Used them all up there early, trying to come up with some sort of strategy. They've got a strategy now.
It's fourth and they got 5 to go to get in. No touchdowns. This is the last play for them, no matter what.
And this hasn't been pretty at all for the Lakers, but it's been a kind of an effective flight for them downfield. You know, I mean, it's really amazing.
Yep, this is it. 4th and 5. Last play of the half.
Crossan's rolling out the near side.
Crossan's getting dragged, and I think he's going to be denied, and he just hurls the ball.
Yes, he is.
Yep. Crossan was stopped by
Caden, who grabbed him.
Caden with a great acceleration, just denied Crossan, and they do not get in the end zone before the half ends.
We've still got a few seconds left, which means that we take over on downs or no?
Yeah, we take over with 4.4. Yeah, 4.4 left to go. Okay. Great stop by Conneaut. That stop brought to you by University Hospital, Conneaut Medical Center, advancing the science of health and the art of compassion for over 100 years.
And we'll probably see Max take a knee here.
Yep.
And just go into the locker room here at halftime with a 22-6 lead.
Yep, and the knee is down, and that ends the half. Conneaut Spartans 22, and the Lakers, the Pymatuning Valley Lakers, 6. And that just takes us into the...
Well, we'll be back after these messages, too, with the recap. Brought to you by Conneaut Save-A-Lot Food Store in just a second. And Artemisia. Maybe she can give us a few stats.
Okay.
Give us a few stats. Artemisia. Rice said 150 yet? Yep. Have a little seat.
I'm going to sit.
Have a little seat.
Yep.
Sit her down.
Yeah.
22-6, Ben.
That's a good score.
Ladies and gentlemen, under the direction of Mr. Nathan Wise, we proudly present the sharpest band in the sharpest corner of Ohio, the Conneaut High School Marching Band.
Oh, we should show the band, too.
Assistant Director
by
Miss Elizabeth Bernardini. The drill team advisor is Miss Teresa Morrison. The major ed advisor is Mrs. Jody Pape, and the field commander is Quinn Coltman.
I don't know if they're going to come
The
on.
Conneaut High School Marching Band is going
They
on
got
a trip.
the bandmasters right here.
Life is a
Yeah.
highway, and this band is going to go their own way. So sit back, relax, and enjoy as they make you smile with the music of Tom Cochran, Fleetwood Mac, and Chicago.
we're back now, too, and Megan is telling us she has a Dairy Queen ice cream cake at home.
For her birthday.
How about it?
Happy birthday, Megan.
You know, yes, absolutely. And that's why we want her to take a minute here and let everyone see the band as well. So
yeah,
we're going to do that, let everyone enjoy the Conneaut Spartan Marching Band, and we'll be back in a minute with a recap and anything else we come up with.
Yep.
Jim, unplug this one.
And that's the Conneaut Spartan Marching Band, the sharpest band from the sharpest corner in Ohio.
Yep.
At least that's what Dave Simpson always tells us to say.
Yep.
And it's a perfectly good saying to use too, Dave. Hope you're out there watching too as well. That's the great Conneaut Spartans Marching Band, always doing a great job, even out here in this drizzle that we've got coming down. Now it's even lighter. It's so light that it's falling ever so slowly, almost like heavy fog dropping down on top of everybody.
Exactly.
But anyway, this is the Conneaut Save-A-Lot Food Store Spartan recap.
Yep.
And Ben, I mean, we got to give the credit. I mean, this game was all about Zach Rice. He needed 7 yards. He broke the first play to get 80 yards and a touchdown. And what else can you find out as far as your idea of the recap?
Yeah, well, Zach, so far as I think he has 5 carries for 96 yards right now tonight.
How many yards?
96.
Oh, 96. Okay, I thought I might have 100 by now.
Yeah,
he had 80 in the one, so
yeah.
Well, he'll probably make up for that in the second half, I'm sure. But
yeah,
Spartans playing very well. Yeah, you know, the Lakers have been effective.
Yeah,
they don't always look pretty, but they've been effective out there against us at certain times. But fortunately, they've only been able to put up 6.
Yeah. So this full stat line for Conneaut so far is Zach with 96, Max on the ground has 50 already tonight. I'm sorry, Wyatt has 50 and Max has 41. Wyatt also had that 30-yard run for the touchdown as well. So 2 touchdowns for Zach and 1 for Wyatt.
Right.
For
the 2-point conversion.
And the 2-point conversion. Hamm. Larry Hamm on a botched play, but Larry Hamm picked up the botched snap.
Oh, I tell you.
And threw a nice missile to Wyatt Payne. So Wyatt Payne also has the 2-point reception.
Larry, keep watching too. If we have that on our replay, you might want to get a little recording of that, you know, for your whatever.
your tryout tape for college. Exactly. Yeah.
Your resume.
Check my arm. You know.
Yeah, exactly. That was a good looking throw. Real good looking throw. It really was.
Sure was. Yeah, exactly. I can't wait to talk to him about it for basketball season.
Yeah.
But and for Pymatuning Valley, Croston, the quarterback, has he has 68 yards on the ground and the touchdown, and Vickery has 28 yards on the ground tonight as the running back. So Croston's really getting, of course, the bulk of the work. Of course, very impressive. And also through the air as well, I think he's got 40 yards passing, split between Devin Sharp and Sean Croston. So, and Vickery. So he's got 40-something yards passing.
I'll tell you, it's a tough team. They're very tough competitors out there, and I think it's everything our defense can do is to stay control over them.
Yep.
So hopefully they'll do the equal job here in the second half, and it looks like we have the game kind of in control. But with this Laker team, maybe that's difficult to say because Croston is a really good runner, and I think he can explode at any time.
Yeah.
And Vickery too. I mean, Vickery's probably going to break one tonight, and he's got that kind of speed. Either one of them will,
Yeah, exactly. But it was great clutch play by Conneaut to not give up that touchdown at the very end. I mean, they're right there knocking on the door. A couple blown snaps as well, too, for Pymatuning Valley, and they came up short. And that's fortunate for Conneaut. So we got a nice commanding 2-touchdown lead plus the 2-point conversion.
And it's brought to you by your Conneaut Save-A-Lot food store. And they've got a lot of great specials over there, folks. If you're looking for a barbecue or you want some beef you like to put in the freezer, that's a great place to go. They still have T-bone steaks at $3.99 a pound. $3.99 a pound for T-bones. Boneless Delmonico steaks, $5.99 a pound. New York strip steaks, Ben, $4.99 a pound. They've got, if you want pork chops, $2.19 a pound. Pork butt roast, $1.19 a pound, Ben, for pork butt roast. I mean, the road's all clear. If you haven't been driving over there to the west lately from downtown Conneaut or wherever you are around the area here, over on West Main Road, the road is perfect. It's in great shape. Head on over there and save some money. You might as well save some money if you're going to buy some meat for the freezer or anything else you need, all their other items. Because remember, it's not lower quality, man.
Just the lowest prices.
That's right.
And it's still grilling season for right now too, so you might as well enjoy what you can while the weather's still nice enough.
Yeah. So let's break now for the coaches show.
We'll play the Chris Breck State Farm Insurance Coaches Show on 1360 WOW Sports.
And it's another edition of the Chris Breck State Farm Insurance Coaches Show right here on WOW TV, 1360 AM, 102.9 FM. Matt Jarvie along with me, Coach Rocco Dubrin. Coach, great to be with you as we're winding down the season.
Oh, hey, it's great to be here as always.
We were just talking about they had a chance of rain on the forecast for Friday, but that seems to have gone away, so it's just going to be cool weather, typical late season fall weather, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. And anytime you don't get rain, that's a good thing. And kids these days, they're resilient. They can handle a little bit of cold weather, and like you said, it ain't gonna be too cold. So,
listen, we got 3 games left, 2 away, and then we're back home for the grand finale of the season. At the University Hospital Conneaut Medical Center broadcast booth, and that is against Harbor Creek Huskies. So a tough loss, hard-fought game, but, you brought it up, Rock, and when I looked at those films with the Northeast against General McLean and against Fort LaBeouf, I think I saw a similar thing that you saw in there, that they're a better football team than 0-5.
Absolutely. Those kids they played hard. They were coached well. They knew what we were doing, by some tells that we gave. So they were really prepared and they played well. And, when it came down to it, it was a 2-point game. And, those are the way things rolled, So I thought our kids played hard, but I thought they played a little complacent. They were playing an 0-6 team. And, I think they thought it was just going to happen and they weren't going to have to fight for it. And they weren't ready to fight for it. And we lost. You can't let those ones slide like that. But the good thing is, I think you learned some lessons from it.
I think so, yeah.
So we, as a coaching staff and as players, took a good look at ourselves and the way our practices were going, and the way, hey, maybe we weren't doing what we needed to do, and that's the best thing about a loss is you start to look inside, and again, if nothing else, I think this loss might help us the rest of the way, and then in that first playoff week, we're going to look back at this loss, and it's going to be a different then. You know what I mean? It's going to help us down the road. So there is going to be some good that comes from it, but it stinks that it had to happen.
Yeah. And you're right. There, even though they were a bigger school, and 0-5, I looked up the enrollment, and they think they had 529 students. We have 389, but they didn't have enough to have a JV squad this year.
Right.
But they got a pretty good varsity squad put together out there for them. So.
Absolutely. Those kids played hard. Take nothing away from them. A couple things rolled their way, a couple things rolled our way. No score the first half either side, and I was proud of our defense. They hung on till the end.
They did.
But we got to put up more points in a game like that than 12 points. So.
And you look back at when you watch the film, the replay of the game, what you're talking about too, looked like the guys were a little flat out there. Deflated for some reason, it looks like. But you could see it, can't you, when you're watching?
Yeah, absolutely. And there was a couple plays where, I was really surprised. And there was a couple plays that I think they just got confused,
Okay.
And they did some things on defense. And we talked about it. Instead of, being confused and then blocking nobody, we got to, you're a little confused, but just get a body on a body and drive your feet,
Okay.
And they would be confused and maybe get up on a body, but they're not driving because they're overthinking it,
Yeah.
And those those are the things I'm telling you. Like, those things are going to happen again in the playoffs when we play some good teams in the playoffs there, and they're going to have to make those adjustments, and they just haven't had to do that in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Since the Rootstown game probably, and
Yeah.
and so it was kind of that mode. But they went into the game not expecting to have to do that, and they did, and so they had to think on the run and do that, and we didn't do that, and as coaches we didn't do that. There's some things looking back. Two guys practically touched the ball for us. We probably should have had 3 or 4 guys touch the ball for us.
Okay.
So there's a lot of little things around
Yeah.
that we could have done better as a coaching staff and as players. And again, learning experience is everything. So
Yeah. And like you said, coaches can only do so much when you're out on the field. You look really for your leadership players to really get the team kind of fired up when they're out there. And that's not an easy job to do when they're busy playing their own position too.
Right, absolutely.
But it takes a lot of things to make everything come together. But hey, really, it was an exciting game. Came down to 1 yard short of the 2-point conversion. Rice almost got it in.
Right, absolutely, and it looked like he was gonna get in. Even on film when we watch it, like he's gonna get in, and then at the end there they stop him and they do a good job at it. So
yeah, some guys were kidding around. They thought the refs were probably tired out for all the 15-yarders they paced off against us, but that stuff does happen out there. The only thing that bothered me, and you go back and watch it, and it's clearly displayed on WOW TV, when Hamm took that blast helmet to helmet right in his face mask.
Yeah,
the ref was right there looking right at it, and it was no flag.
Yeah,
there's little things that we're kind of troubled by a little bit because he was hurt. He was hurt for a while.
Right, absolutely.
And we don't want any of that for either team, right?
No,
absolutely not. So, it was an exciting game, though. It really was. And like you said, they were a lot better football team, and they may get a few wins in too here for the remainder of their season too as well. Not much help out there as well. Corey came back, which is what we didn't want against Fairview and won that game. But teams like the Rovers, the Rootstown, you saw how they lost to JFK?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
the score too?
Yeah.
33-0.
Yeah, JFK is the real deal. JFK is the real deal.
Yeah. Yeah, we're turning it into a Halloween thing, this 33 thing, whatever it is.
right,
keeps popping up for whatever reason.
Yep.
But, hey, we're up here. It's Wednesday at the practice field. A beautiful day. It looks like it's going to be cooler game time down in Pymatuning Valley on Friday night. Looking at these guys, they are starting to get their team together. They got 3 wins in a row now.
Yes.
After 4 losses, so they're starting to figure out their run game, I think, a little bit. And we're talking about probably the quarterback there, number 15, and also their running back 32. They seem to be able to do some things running.
Absolutely, and I think they got back in their league, and exactly what you said. I know the Vickery kid had like 6 touchdowns against St. John's, and then the Croston kid, the quarterback, got 300-something yards against Fairport, I think it was, the next week, and then they beat up Wyndham pretty good. So exactly what you said. They started to, I didn't really watch them early in the year, but I feel like they really buckled down in their quarterback and running back game. Kind of what we do.
Yeah.
Right. And that's what we see on film. A lot of quarterback counter, a lot of handoff stuff, some misdirection stuff, reverses, handoff sweeps, and but they, that quarterback, he carried the ball 33 times against Fairport. So I'm guessing I'm sure we'll see a heavy dose of that kind of thing, and they're going to want to chew up the clock and run the ball, and we're going to have to stop them. And that just and cause turnovers. So
I agree. That quarterback, he's pretty big and strong, got some speed, and he's a good runner. He moves around the field really well. So that'll be you guys have your hands full taking care of him. Anything else you notice with them as far as their defense, how they go about things?
Yeah, they got guys moving around, and they're a young team, and they know they're a young team. So they're very talented for having young kids, And so later in the season, those young kids have gotten a lot of varsity time. And so now they're coming around and gaining their confidence.
Hi, it's Matt Jarvie, and up here at the practice field in October. Beautiful day up here. This is another edition of Spartan Insider, and with us today is Zach Rice. Good to be with you.
Good to be with you, too.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by and chatting with us for a few minutes here. We've been watching you for a long time. I think you first began running the ball when Mike Williams was the main running back, wasn't he?
It was actually the year before. He graduated the year after I was a freshman.
Oh, he was? Okay. It seemed like you've been around long enough where I think that those two kind of crossed over a little bit, but you remember him because you were in Little Gritters at the time, right?
Yeah.
So that's one of them things when you're a little guy, you're wondering, can we ever fill the gap that these guys have placed on us, as players? And you guys proved that you can. You've done very well.
Yeah, I feel like our team has gotten really good over the years.
You really have. And as far as this year, when you look back on it, has this gone kind of the way you thought it might? Or, I mean, everybody would like to go undefeated, but you've had some real nail-biters, other ones big victories. And, up to this point, you're kind of close to where you thought you might be?
Yeah, I thought, honestly, looking at the schedule, I thought we were going to do really good, and that proves. But I think we shouldn't have lost, but I think we've done what I thought we'd do.
And that includes both the close ones against Edgewood and, of course, last week against Northeast. So they were kind of a tough team. I mean, they came to hit, didn't they, and played very hard out on the field.
Yeah, they were way better than we thought they were.
Yeah. And I gathered that from talking to Coach, too, as well, that looking at the films of them against General McLean, against Fort LaBeouf, and you remember Fort LaBeouf from last year when Tristan was their running back and so forth. It was big schools, big teams, Mm-hmm. And they hung in with both of them. So became increasingly worried that, they're just a bigger school. Their enrollment was like 529, and we're 389, I think, enrollment-wise.
Yeah, way bigger.
Yeah, and even with that, they didn't have a JV team, only varsity. But what's your goal here as we kind of finish out the season? 3 games left here coming up.
My goal is to just win out and win the first playoff game.
Amen to that, yeah. And hopefully we get some help from Rootstown. They didn't give us any help with JFK at all, but hopefully they'll get back on track, give us more points, as well as Corey. Mm-hmm. Corey came back and beat Fairview, which helped us a little bit with some points. And that's a big school that they beat. So if that can continue, that'll help us out a lot. Also, do you plan on playing round ball in a couple of weeks here after the season's over?
Yeah, I've been thinking about it. I think I'm going to play.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh, we certainly hope so. Yeah, who else on the team would play? Would Larry Hamm also play?
Yeah, I think Larry, and I think that's it, though.
Yeah, Larry was out last year, and that was his first year, I think, playing as well, right? And that was your second year last year? Or first year?
Last year was my second. Yeah, last year was my second.
Yeah, right. Time goes by so quick, I can't keep track of all this stuff, but I think both you players would be really important to the team, as well as the other guys that are just playing basketball. But it's been a great season. I told you earlier before we started here that I'm the one that came up with calling you the Rice Man on the radio. So, and you had heard that before, so it's just kind of a little nickname. But it's been a real pleasure following you and watching you run the ball and do what you do for the Spartan Nation. It really has been. It's been, as one of the things we'll look back and say, yeah, I remember when Rice ran the ball,
Yeah.
for the Spartans, and as we do about Mike Williams and other players too as well. So you're one of them that we'll look back fondly about.
I hope that, because I think I've done really well.
And how's the ankle with the high ankle sprain?
It was a little iffy last week, but it feels better this week.
Does it?
Yeah.
Good. Okay. They got you on a certain protocol to heal it up?
Just ice and elevate from time to time. That's about it.
Zach Rice, thanks for stopping by and talking to us during this Spartan Insider.
Yeah, we'll turn that back on. We're back on the air now, and what a wonderful. I don't know if we have a couple of spots to run. If we do, I'll tell Megan Lebzelder back in the studio to go ahead and run those. This is following up, though. Of course, the big night, that was our interview with Zach Rice that I made Wednesday at the practice field, but he needed 7 yards tonight to become the all-time rushing leader in Spartan history.
Right.
What a fantastic milestone for him, and he's done that in great fashion tonight. Started with the first play of the game, Ben, and what happened?
80-yard run right to the house.
Right to the house. Yeah, an excellent run, and he's right around 100 yards for the night here in the first half. So just a wonderful performance. And like I said there in that interview, Ben, that when we look back, we're going to remember Zach fondly. The great running backs that we've been fortunate enough to watch, Mike Williams, Seth Fedor, as well as all the other great ones over time. But in current history, Zach Rice is certainly one of those.
Exactly.
Yeah, let's do
and I was just going to talk about some scores around the league. What we have. Yeah, South Range Raiders over top of Jefferson Falcons, 28-7 at half. The Solon Comets over the Menor Cardinals. That's a big one. 21-19 Solon. Kirkland and Lake is at Lakeside tonight, 8-8 at half. That's a very abnormal score. More of a 8-8, a very like a baseball score almost.
Yeah, that's probably hard to do.
Yeah. Hickory over Grove City at half, 14-7. Chardon Hilltoppers tonight at half all over the Madison Blue Streaks, 42-0. Northwestern Wildcats from PA, 20-0 over Cache. Yeah, that's a good one. And Cathedral Prep Ramblers, 48-7 over Benedictine Bengals.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What a score that is. That's coming off that big win against McDowell.
Yeah, McDowell last week, yeah.
Oh, my.
Titusville Rockets over the Maplewood Tigers, 14-6. And Geneva Eagles, 22-3 over West Geauga Wolverines. And the Perry Pirates, 42-0 over the Orange Lions. And that's all I got. And starting the second half on the short roller kick, that's picked up by Bryce Sperlin and run almost to about midfield, but pushed out of bounds, and that's where Conneaut will start their drive in the second half. Oh, Jason Stiles, okay. Devin Sharp with a stop for the Lakers, and they're going to mark it at the Conneaut 45. That's where they'll get it. Okay, not quite the midfield. Rain is coming down now. You can see it quite a bit if you look kind of over towards where the lights are. You can definitely see it falling now. And the temperature has also dropped quite a bit down into the 40s tonight. Oh, and Zach Rice just slipped on that one, just completely. He comes up okay, though, fortunately.
Yeah, that's that footing. All this rain that's out there now, it's going to be difficult footing as well as difficult catching a football. It'll be the team that can do the best job of holding on to it, I guess, Ben.
Yeah, and not just that it's wet, but it's also so cold. It's just going to be tough to pass the ball at all.
A couple of weeks we got Harbor Creek, Ben, and they're leading Fort LaBeouf right now 6-0.
Okay. Harbor Creek has had a very strange year so far, and this is a keeper by Max Gleason up the middle, but he's hit real hard trying to find the way up the middle by number 67.
By number 67, Cameron Cargill.
I lost my papers.
Oh.
You got them.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to take your
Well,
papers.
if you want them, that's okay. What about as long as you have it? Number 67 for the Lakers.
There is no 67.
No, I mean for the other one.
Sorry. That is Cameron Cargill.
Cargill. There we go, and that's bringing up a third and long for Conneaut, and Max is looking to throw, and
my gosh!
He loses the ball.
He was looking to throw the ball, Ben, and just slipped out of his hands. He was looking downfield to throw it. I don't know if he was looking at Hamm or Wyatt, but one of those two is where it seemed he was looking in their vicinity, but instead it just kind of squirted out of his hands.
I'm not sure if anyone got a hand on it, but he was pressured quite a bit in the pocket.
Yeah, it looked like it. That's why he stepped up. He took a step and a half up to get away from them, and I don't know. I don't know if they got a hand on that or not.
Yeah, that was just a nightmare for Conneaut on the first drive of the second half.
Yeah, very unfortunate.
Hopefully it does not cost them anything. And the Lakers will have the ball really favorably at the Conneaut 43-yard line. And the way Croston was running, we'll see if the conditions are going to stop him any more or less. Didn't seem to bother him in the first half. So He got 68 yards on the ground. Didn't really have any breakout plays per se, but he just found a way to push the ball up the middle every time for 5 yards or more every single play.
Not sure what they're looking at here. Do you know? They seem to be looking over at the sideline. It's something to do with the first down markers. Only one of them is up and the other one is down. I don't know if they're trying to, if something is broke on it.
Yeah, I'm not sure at all if they're talking about it either. But yeah, the marker looks like there's some issue as well. The left marker, I'll say, if you're if you're going left or right on your radio dial, that'd be the left. And
they're on the far side of the field.
This quarter is tonight at the Andover Christian Church. Immediately following tonight's
goodness,
game,
the rain is still coming down. I know that these guys do not want this clock to stop.
Yeah.
So they're hanging out there with the door open. Oh well, it's all right. Well, they seem to have got things fixed up over there.
Yep, and
hallelujah.
Okay, so we're gonna resume 1st and 10, Pymatuning at the 43.
Spartan defense out there getting all fired up. They don't want to start giving up points here right off the bat. There's a handoff to Vickery. He's looking for some running room, but he runs into Spartans instead. Still trying to get away from them.
No room to go, though. Met by Chris Stein and Ty Colville.
Looked like he was down there for a second. You know, 2 or 3 of them had a grip on him or hand on him, and then he squirted away and almost broke it to the near side of the field.
But like I said, fortunately, or hopefully, there won't be any, really any passing at all by either team going forward. It's just going to be really tough. Max, definitely with smaller hands as well, could not get a grip on that ball. And Crossan dropping back to pass. He's looking right, and then he's just going to keep it himself and shaking upfield. He's still fighting, but forced his way out of bounds by Bryce Sperlin and Aiden Davison.
Picks up maybe 5.
Tackle by number 18.
Maybe a little more than 5.
Davison.
6 yards.
And 28, Ty Kobler.
Yeah.
5 yards on the carry. It's 3rd down.
And 3rd and 7 upcoming after that loss that they just dealt with the play before.
They get a lot of time in their huddle to come up with something, some sort of a play.
Yep.
Costin is back, takes a shotgun, rolling out to the far side, cuts it back, got some defenders up against him here. Very, very elusive runner, though. He gets away from 3 or 4 good Spartan defenders and almost completes a pass downfield.
Yeah, he couldn't find it. He threw it out of bounds, I think, just to get rid of it because he had nowhere to go, but intended for his younger brother, Sean Croston. And that's bringing up 4th and 7. A tough spot for Pymatuning, especially with the way the score is right now, but you probably have to go for it here.
Yeah, if they want any chance of pulling a win out tonight, they're going to have to go here. He might
looks-
be back at a quick punt.
Yeah, it looks like a quick punt formation, and yeah, that's a kick. Okay. And good kick right there.
Down
And
to 5.
knocked out of bounds by, or not knocked out of bounds, but down by Sean Croston. And it's going to be bad field position for Conneaut at the 5-yard line.
It's a long ways to go in this kind of weather.
Yeah, exactly. 95 yards to go, the whole length of the field. But if Zach can stay upright, or Wyatt, I mean, they had great breakout potential in the first half. I mean, they just did a bunch of excellent things athletically.
And that's what they really want here, is just to run the ball, just to get it downfield, get some first downs, to work some time off the clock. That's basically the plan. They don't have a whole lot of room behind them here. So Max is back looking over for the sideline. He's got Wyatt and Rice on both sides of him there. He takes off right up the middle, Ben. Got some running room. Somebody grabs his jersey and finally pulls him down, but not until he gets all the way out across the 20.
Yeah, Max Gleason was heading right for us towards the Pymatuning bench, and he picks up 15 yards at least. He's up to about the 20-yard line, 21. And that's the Conneaut Spartans first down, brought to you by Chris Breck State Farm Insurance. Consider bundling your insurance coverage and saving money. Call 593-1191. Chris Breck State Farm, here to help life
Go right.
go right. Yeah.
That's right. Well, Chris, hope you're watching it in a nice warm place in your home there, enjoying the game tonight. There's a running play on the far side. Looked like he was going to get around the corner, but a couple of Lakers grabbed him, and there's a flag that goes flying in there on top of it, so I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, the flag came in so late.
Yeah, it came from the defensive backfield, too, in towards the play.
Okay. Could mean good things, hopefully, for Conneaut, but that play really went nowhere for Zach. He went a long ways to not get any yardage.
No, doesn't go in our way.
Oh, man. From the backfield, I thought it was going.
10-yard penalty.
Probably holding then, it must have been. So it takes him back to the 12.
Illegal block called on the Spartans.
Legal block, okay.
10-yard penalty, it's still first down.
Taking him back to the 12, so that's a tough spot again.
Yeah, Dems to breaks. Same setup back there. Max is in the backfield. Rice and Wyatt gets the ball, looking for some running room. He gets a little running off the right tackle. He gets back maybe to that original line of scrimmage, and that's about it. That'll bring up second down and 12.
The handoff to number 24, Wyatt Payne.
Yep, that'll bring up second and 12, like you said. But definitely gives them a little bit more room back to close to the 20 where they originally started, where they had it just a bit ago. Oh, low snap. And Max just goes down because he really has nowhere else to go and can barely get back up. And just a low snap and barely picked it off the ground. Number 67 for Pymatuning knocked him down.
Sorry about that. A couple of umbrellas in my way here, and I missed that.
There's a lot of umbrellas out there tonight.
There is.
Quite a bit now.
Yeah, they finally sat down, and they're not in their way anymore. Up, that's encroachment. That's Berlin steps across the line. He only had one quick foot over there and got it right back, but sometimes they'll let you get away with that, and other times they won't.
Yeah, false start. It'll back them up 5 more.
Penalty called by the referee. False start on the offense.
Taking a long time to call this one. I mean, they called it, but
I didn't know they were quite set yet either on that, but penalty they were.
No, they call it. They switch the call. I think that's what Conneaut was saying, was that. So it is encroachment on the defense, so it wasn't false start.
Yeah.
So it'll move it up 5 more. That's good for Conneaut at least.
Yeah, well, take your time, get it right, guys. That's all that matters.
Yeah, exactly. They first called off a false start, but switched it completely.
It gets it back to where it's third down now, and looks like 10 for the first down. So it's back to where it's possible for us to get a first down here and keep this ball moving down the field.
Yeah, and
Max talking to the line there, gets it straight down with him, and he's straight back in the shotgun. Rice is off to his right. 2 wideouts on the near side over here. He's looking to throw the ball. Max is back. He gets it flipped off. Is that Wyatt? I can't tell.
I think it was Wyatt. And a good screen pass, just a dump off.
And he ran down the far sideline. You could tell Max was having a hard time keeping a hold of that ball. He almost lost it for a second, and then he it was almost like a shot put that he gave it to Wyatt.
Oh, that was actually Zach. So.
Okay.
But, yeah, right, exactly. He almost looked like he had to throw it with 2 hands.
Right.
Like you said.
Yeah.
So he did almost look like it slipped out of his hands again.
He didn't look like, maybe he doesn't have big hands, but maybe he needs some of those gloves that they gave out so you don't need to use pine tar anymore like the old days or something.
Right.
Anyway, we're close to 4th down now in a yard. for a first down and to keep this thing moving, and it looks like they're going to go ahead and, are they?
Yeah, I think they'll boot it. That's Bryce. Bryce is back.
You're right.
In punt formation.
Nice punt. It's off to the far side of the field. Bounces, hits on the 40, and bounces straight up, and then rolls a couple yards farther down the field, but didn't get much of a benefit on the roll on that.
No, not much. And knocked down, spotted by Troy Turner, and that's where the Lakers will get the ball at the 37.
Yeah.
Of course, join us after the game as well for the Dairy Queen Player of the Game honors. Last week was Aiden Davison for defense, and offensively it was Larry Hamm for playing really outstanding as a wideout and caught a few different passes for 50 yards receiving. So.
Croston is back, rolling out to the near side here. He tries to cut it in, but somebody who comes up there, that's Ty Colville comes up with a tackle there.
Yeah, I didn't even have to look at the number. I just knew based on the tackling style it was Ty. You know?
Oh, yeah, and you can tell he jumps up and he's fired up. He's a real, emotional explosion out there on the defense. He really gets those guys going. What a defender he's turned into. It's just amazing.
Yeah, he's really just knows how to get there and get to the ball really quick. And great tackling ability, just getting him down low. Croston's been tough to bring down all night.
Yeah. Croston's rolling out to the near side, looking to throw the ball. He tucks it in, though, trying to run it. A couple of Spartans in his way, and he's finally brought down at the 44-yard line.
And I think Bryce Sperlin was the man that really finally dragged him down, but Ty Koval was also over there.
Looks like they're trying to mark that at the 45. I don't think he made it out to the 45.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty generous, but I think
well,
it was close, maybe 44.
Yeah.
That's where they got it.
Yeah, they're close to it.
That's bringing up a 3rd and 4 upcoming.
Time is ticking off the clock. 3 minutes and 15 seconds to go. 22-6 here in Andover tonight, folks. Spartans are all over the Lakers. Uh-oh. That's a quick one. I don't know if they're going to call that was encroachment. All the Lakers are clapping, so
yeah.
I don't think so. They don't think they moved at all.
No. And our coaches here definitely were a little upset about that one. So that results in a Laker first down.
Yeah, and who was that who shot across there?
Ty Koval.
Ty was in the backfield.
Oh yeah, he was gonna get that blitz though. He determined to just shoot through.
This wasn't even close to him getting back across the line in time. He just crossing his back, pitches out to Vickery. And Vickery shoots up the line, and he gets all the way across the 50, about to the 44-yard line of the Spartans.
Carry by Ty Vickery.
Got to bring up second down and short, or second down and like 4.
Vickery has been pretty quiet this half so far, but he's definitely got the ability to get him back in the game.
Do I tell you? They do have a good, solid running game here. If they could make other things happen, too, as well, these guys will probably do well here for the rest of the year. Crossing his back, he takes off running up the middle. Not enough for the first down, I don't think. He's brought down before he gets there, but
ahead for a gain of 1 yard.
That brings up a 3rd down and 2, we'll say.
Darren Christine.
Yeah, Darren Christine with the stop for Conneaut. So 3rd and 2 upcoming. It's a crucial one again. Got to not cross off sides this time.
Still got a real light rain falling down here, folks. Very light right now. But
ball's on the ground.
The ball, hit him in the face, and it is picked up by the Spartans. They get the fumble recovery. It looked like it just flew up and hit him in the face mask, didn't it?
Yeah.
And then he lost control of it. He couldn't find it, and then it was down in front of him then, and there was a bunch of players scrambling for it.
Yeah, well, it hit off of him, I think, and then went back to the line, and the linemen weren't looking for it. So Conneaut was in a good position to get that one. I'm not sure who landed on it, but Conneaut has it at the at their own 43. That's where they'll take over on downs.
Spartans got possession. Oh, and he tries to hand off. It took him a long time to get that ball to Zach, and then he ends up slipping. He's trying to cut it to the outside, and in this weather, and we still got light rain falling now, and it's just, it's probably getting a little sloppy out there by now, just having enough of this rain that's been falling here for, well, since this afternoon. It rained twice, I think is what the athletic director down here told us, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So we've had quite a bit of rain. It hasn't been heavy rain, but there's been continual since kickoff, in addition to the earlier afternoon rain. Max is back in a shotgun. It rolls to him. He takes off running up the middle this time. Almost breaks free. But instead he gets back to the original line of scrimmage, and that's about it.
Yeah, another broken play that wasn't going to go for much, but Max got at least back to the line of scrimmage.
We got number 23, I think, right?
That turnover as well, forced by Conneaut, brought to you by Gertie's Pharmacy. Turn it over to Gertie's Pharmacy. They're now in their third generation, helping local families with health questions, concerns, and medicine. Shop Gertie's Pharmacy on Main Street today.
I don't see a 23 on the roster, so I don't know what to tell them. Oh, they're going to go over the sideline there and chat with Coach. Like Coach Rocco wants to have a little talk here. See if we can.
And that is the end of the third quarter.
That's the end of the third quarter, actually. So
okay,
we'll just take this brief timeout. After three quarters, Conneaut 22 and Pymatuning 6 on 1360 WOW Sports.
And we're back. This time we got a run going down the far side of the field there. Zach Rice. He almost broke it all the way. Somebody kind of got a hand on him and spun him around so he couldn't stay in bounds anymore. But a big run from the first play here in the fourth quarter by Zach Rice to tag on to his record-setting performance here today for the all-time rushing leader in Spartan history.
Yeah, that was, I think it was a 30-yard pickup by Zach. Finally forced out by Devin Sharp over on the far sideline. So it's first down, Conneaut Spartans at the 23-yard line. And a loose ball.
That was Wyatt who picked it up. It was, Max couldn't hold on to it. It was down on the ground. He was trying to grab onto it, but Max just reached down and grabbed it and took off running. I think he was designed to get it in the first place, so he says, never mind, I'll just get it.
Yeah, he completely got it right off the snap and took it, and he got 2 or 3, so good play, heads up by Wyatt. Oh, that first down before brought to you by Conneaut Savings Bank. Stop and ask about online and mobile banking. It can make banking transactions fast and easy. Conneaut Savings Bank in Conneaut and Austinburg. So it's 2nd and 8 at the 21, we'll call it.
Back in the shotgun again. He gets it again. This time he hands it off to Rice. Up the middle. Finds some running room, and that's successful. Almost out to an area of the first down. He's getting close to it anyway if he's not there yet.
Tackle by number 22.
Very close. I don't know if they'll measure this or not. Now they're calling 3. Look at how close it is, though.
Yeah.
They're calling it third down.
Yeah.
They're not even going to measure it.
I kind of wonder. That's what I mean. Like, do they just not want to measure it anymore?
I guess not.
I mean, I think in the fourth quarter, I think this one matters, but they're not going to measure it. So 3rd and short. It's a half yardage, but Conneaut definitely can get this one as long as they're careful with the ball. And on the handoff to Zach, shakes one tackle, then he's got the first down. Dragged down finally by number 7 for Pymatuning.
He picks up 3 there, though, right? I mean, that's 1st and goal, I think.
Yep, Conneaut Spartans first down.
On the move down here in Andover. In the rain.
Yeah, it's still falling just a little bit, but not much now.
Pretty decent crowd that showed up in this weather, isn't it? Even on the home stands over there from Conneaut.
Yeah, it's
bad.
It's not a bad drive to get down here from Conneaut.
And it was pretty on the way down, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, very fall foliage.
Max
very
gets
nice.
the handoff. He takes off running. It's the keeper going to the far side of the field, and
Max is in for the score.
Yes, he is.
Number 7, Max Gleason, touchdown.
Turned on that speed. I don't think anybody touched him.
No, not at all. I mean, he looked like he was cutting to the far sideline, then cut back in and found a nice seam off the tackle for a Conneaut Spartans touchdown, their 4th tonight. That one brought to you by Gertie's Pharmacy and their 3rd generation, helping local families with health questions, concerns, and medicine. Shop Gertie's Pharmacy on Main Street today. That's the 4th one for Conneaut, making it 28-6.
Rice is going to put one up. Oh, it's late getting down, and it doesn't work. It was a bad snap, and Hamm couldn't quite get the grip on it.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like he's happy. I think he probably figures he probably thinks he should have got up and thrown it again, because that worked well the last time.
For sure, and Bryce just hesitated, too, I think, and I thought maybe they could still kick it up, but
yeah, and he did have it down. You're right. Sometimes the kickers just got to go ahead and.
Well, it throws off their timing, which throws off the whole kick.
Right.
But it's 28-6.
And Max again with that run that he had for a touchdown right there, taking us to 28-6.
October 28th at 4:30.
It's just another example of him how many teams don't have an answer for him, and maybe he had a hard time really getting rolling tonight, but he's rolling now.
Exactly.
That was a wonderful run, and this kind of weather where we found out that he has a hard time holding on to it in a passing play. He just takes off running into the far corner and gets in for 6.
Yep.
So Spartans are definitely on a roll here.
Yeah, and that might be the closing statement for the game, too, with about 9:30 left to go in the game. Up 3 scores and an extra point. Will be very tough for Pymatuning to get back into it.
I noticed when you see Sperlin's back, him and Culver are the dirtiest guys out there.
Yeah, they always are getting down into it for sure.
Picked it up at the 15-yard line, takes off running, and he's grabbed and wrestled down just across the 30 band, about to the 31, 32.
Yeah, not bad. I mean, considering he dropped it and had to pick it back up. That was Devin Sharp for the Lakers, and it's where they'll get it. 1st and 10 at the 31. Okay. And, just the Lakers definitely with their offense showing what they've done so far through 3. It's still anyone's guess if they can score at least 1 more touchdown, if not more than that. But they're going to have to really be productive with 9 minutes left to go to really get 3 scores on the board. 1st and 10, that's Croston handing it off to Vickery, and Vickery's stood upright and hit a wall of Conneaut Spartans.
Yeah, Spartans are playing tough all the way to the end of this one.
Yeah, and they may not even put in the JV guys tonight just to kind of keep it really tight, the rest of the way through.
You can tell. I mean, he's a tough runner. We had 3 Spartans on him, and it still couldn't bring him down right away.
Yep. And it's 2nd and 6 at they're going to mark it at the 35. Croston's in a shotgun with Vickery lined up as a wideout, and he's going to carry it himself to the near sideline, then cutting back, and he slips 3 different tackles, finally dragged down by a wall of Conneaut Spartans. Man,
there was a lot of running there for 1 yard. Well, they're gonna look at they mark it though.
Moses Schwartz was the guy that finally dragged him down, then was kind of shoved off the pile, which I thought was not very cool for Pymatuning Valley. But
I mean, the down marker guy over there, he had it almost up to the 40-yard line.
yeah, exactly.
They're finally moving it back.
Yeah, what's going on here?
Yeah.
It's at the 37, so it's 3rd and 4.
It was a nifty bit of running there just to pick up another yard.
Crossing him back to pass. He's rolling out right. He's got a wobbler, and he throws it incomplete. It was Troy Turner, I think, in coverage was there to stop that one. That was intended for Devin Sharp. Overthrew his guy. And good heads-up coverage by Conneaut, and they force a 3-and-out.
That was 22 is, Troy Turner. Almost. He thought he had a good shot at maybe picking that one off, but I think the footing kind of ended that for him.
Yeah, 4th and 4. Got to watch out for the they don't really try to. And it's a punt and a nice strong kick by Croston. Picked up by Caden Heinley. A little bit of a bobble, but he picks it up very smoothly. Caden's trying to shake 1-2 tackles and finally dragged down. Good return by Heinley. Stopped at the pass midfield at the 48.
It's across the 50, Ben. They're into Laker territory right off the punt.
It's probably the best field position that Conneaut's had to start a drive, all game.
The punt return by Conneaut out to the 46-yard line. 1st and 10 Spartans.
Yeah, marking at the 46, so pretty good. Yeah, good spot for Conneaut too. So 1st and 10 at the 46. And Max Gleason back in shotgun. He's got Wyatt Payne rolling out to the far side, and he hands it off on a swing play out to the far sideline. Wyatt, though, does not get far, probably lost a couple.
Couldn't get around the corner. He almost did, but just couldn't quite do it.
Stopped in the backfield by number 22, Ty Vickery.
Yep, that was Vickery playing linebacker who made the stop, infiltrated the backfield, and made a tackle for loss. At least 2 yards lost on that one. 2nd and 12 upcoming.
It's tough with this footing, try to run a sweep, to get around the corner. You plant that foot out there, and boy, you don't know what's going to happen, if it's going to give out on you or what.
Right, exactly, with the field the way it is. And this one's a nice sneak play. I think it's a keeper by Max. Over to the far side, got a few.
That faked me out.
Yeah.
I know it did a bunch of defenders too, but my goodness.
Yep, exactly. Max Gleason just kept that one and fooled a few, but maybe got about 3, and he's to the 44, and that's bringing up a 3rd and 8.
28-6. 6 minutes and 10 seconds to go here in the 4th quarter.
Yep, and Max at shotgun. Maybe trying to draw him off a little bit with a change in the count snap. And hand off to Zach Rice on the sweep.
Oh, Rice gets it. He's up close to the 1st down marker where he's brought down. I don't know where they're going to mark that one. Looks like they're trying to mark it just 2 yards short of it.
He landed on the marker, so it's very close. I think he's going to be a bit short.
He is moving it back towards the line now.
Yeah, I mean, he couldn't be any closer just by looking at the marker.
Yeah, and that's 4th down and really close for a 1st down.
Yep. They're not measuring that one either, though.
No,
not at all.
Let's just run this one up the middle.
Yep. Yeah, they're at the 36, and
got Troy Turner over here on the sideline along with Caden.
Timeout.
Coach? Yeah, Coach wants to talk about it.
Timeout called by Coach Rocco. And this Spartan lead brought to you by your Conneaut Dairy Queen. Remember, the blizzard for October is the Snickers Brownie Blizzard, a spooky one for sure. Enjoy the month of October with that great blizzard, and of course the whole Brazier menu as well.
Yeah, and they got the chicken strip basket is the special thing also.
Yeah, it's
Lord
always been
knows.
my favorite. Exactly.
You know,
Stack burgers.
With a brownie blizzard, you know, it's scary, but not too scary, right?
Exactly. And join their convenient drive-thru as well at your local Conneaut DQ. Sounds pretty good right now.
Oh.
Especially a nice warm chicken tender basket right now on a cold evening like this.
I bet Steve walked up there and probably got a box of mustard bars, and he's just finishing the last one right now.
Yeah, all 6 of them down the hatch. Way to go, Steve.
Right, Steve, baby.
Yeah, but
Good to
and
see ya.
ice cream cake's good for all occasions too. There's a lot of birthdays this month, like our producer Megan Lebzelder tonight. We want to wish her a happy birthday.
Happy birthday to Megan Lebzelder, our producer, back in the studio, doing a good job for us. Appreciate everything.
And back coming out of that timeout, it's 4th and a half. Max is going to keep it himself up the middle. Wow, look at that.
Looks like he gets about 8 yards.
Yeah, I mean, he just burst up. He looked like Croston running that one, just forcing the line back and back.
One Spartan getting up slow and a Laker getting up slow too. Let's see who that was getting up slow. That was Troy Turner.
Okay.
For the Spartans getting up slow, and the Laker is still down right now. He's
62.
Land right on the 30-yard line.
Yeah, still down. And they take an injury timeout for the Laker. Number 62, the defensive lineman, yeah. He's got a bit of a limp, but gets up on his own.
Yeah,
hopefully he's all right.
He seems like he's doing okay. Good for that young man. Well, he just comes over, just gonna maybe get somebody to rub it down for him this weekend a little bit. Maybe put a little heat on it, a little ice on it, keep the inflammation down, or whatever it is. He's doing good.
Yep.
It might have been a cramp, but he was sitting up like maybe he was trying to stretch a calf out or something like that. Who knows?
First down, though, Conneaut. And on a pitch out to Caden Heinley. Wow. Caden Heinley, though, he's going back the other way after kind of swung around by the tackle.
Oh, my goodness.
But he lost quite a bit, no matter what.
I don't know who that was who came up there. It was number 2 was
six,
up there.
Tackled by number 25.
That was the freshman Croston, number 2, and also there was a bunch of them, of Lakers that came up.
25 for the Laker was the guy that really came up at the end.
Yeah, that's Matthew Akins.
Okay.
Adkins.
So backing him up, that was a loss of 10 or more. So 2nd and 20 at the 38.
They were going the wrong way now. Is that an offsides?
Close. They didn't call it.
No, they did not.
2nd and 20, and from the shotgun, the handoff is to Zach Rice. He's going to the far sideline, shakes one tackle. He's out of bounds, gets back to close to the line of scrimmage.
It's a good running play. It looked like everything was going to the right, and then all of a sudden, Rice cuts back to the left and takes the ball.
Yeah, exactly. We got a good pickup of maybe 8.
Yeah, they're almost.
So 3rd and 12 upcoming. As far as time goes, we got 3:50 left to go in this game. 3 wide right for Conneaut and 1 wide left. And Max pump faking, and he throws a screen pass to Zach. Zach Rice has got the sideline, but he's dragged out of bounds.
Yeah, he went down pretty hard on the ground there, but I think it's wet enough, I think, where they slid. And maybe it's a little softer from all the rain on the ground.
By number 15, Ryan Croston.
But it's bringing up 4th and 4, we'll call it, at the Laker 22-yard line. So they're knocking again. It's pretty hard to kick this one, being so deep in their territory. So you might as well just go for it.
Yeah, I don't know if we have anybody that has a leg to get it there on this one.
And Max is going to keep it. And Max does get the first down, falling forward.
Look at him.
So tough for being such a small guy, you know?
He is. And again, it keeps erupting where he does things with a number of teams where they have no answer for him.
Yep. And Gleason with a first down again, moving the chains for Conneaut.
And you can tell the footing isn't real good because he's kind of like stuttering his feet as he's moving across the field to cut back and so forth.
Yeah.
It's not just one foot you plant and break,
Right, exactly. It's doing a good job, though, of staying, working with the elements at hand. So from the 18-yard line, first down, Conneaut. The handoff is to Caden Heinley, getting his first, well, not his first carry, but one of his first carries from the running back position. And he did a sweet play, didn't get much, not much, maybe a half a yard.
Yeah, and Caden will be back next year, too.
Yes.
That should be nice.
Will he?
Yeah, I thought he was a senior when he came over here, but he's only a junior.
Oh, okay.
Isn't that nice?
That is awesome. And 2nd and 9 for Conneaut. Max with Zach Rice and I think Caden on both sides of him. And the handoff is to Zach. Zach just falls forward to just not lose any yardage, but that one was going nowhere.
I think a couple players thought that Caden got it again because they took him and wrestled him forward and then tackled him, but they tackled him like about 6 yards downfield towards the end zone.
Yeah, that you can't do that. I mean,
no,
unbelievable.
That was from the line of scrimmage too. So
just a minute and a half left in the game. So 3rd and 11 upcoming. Maybe a nice last touchdown to cap this one would be great. And Max fighting forward, pushing the one Laker forward. That was number 8 for the Lakers. And bringing up 4th. He gets back to the original line of scrimmage, so maybe a pickup of 1. And 4th and 10 upcoming. Ball's at the 18 or 17. Might be the last play of the game no matter what. But they got to run something. Maybe the Lakers will get one last shot at a play if they even try it.
Yeah, I think they're going to take a knee here. Let's call it a day.
And from shotgun, Max Gleason's he's gonna hand this one off to Zach. Zach's just kind of falling backwards. Zach's just trying to cut all the ways around. He lost a few, unfortunately.
He's running out of room, and he's surrounded by Lakers. And that was
The carry by Zach Rice.
I think they just want him to burn up time, but
well, he did that.
Yeah, but not enough, So 30 seconds left to go in the game, and the Lakers get the ball back at the 25.
First down, Lakers.
First down, Lakers. There you go. You gotta support the home team, and they'll get at least 1 or 2 cracks, maybe at trying to get downfield, maybe for one last touchdown. Very late in the game, 28-6, Conneaut, if you're just joining us. And the handoff is to Vickery. Vickery fights his way up the middle.
Looks like it's 6 yards, Ben.
Yeah, you got it, yeah.
5 or 6.
5 or 6, fighting his way all the way up. And no timeout called by Pymatuning, so they're just letting it wind down. I think that's it.
Well, it was a good game, and I tell you, we learned a lot about Pymatuning Valley tonight, and the fact that they're a young team, too. Of course, their quarterback, Groston, won't be back, but they've got a lot of other components in here, I think, that'll make them a good team for the future.
Exactly. Yeah, just young. I mean, they only had, and that's the final score. Conneaut Spartans 28 and Pymatuning Valley 6. And
let's take a brief timeout, and we'll come back and have the Dairy Queen player of the game. Sound good?
Okay. Yeah, we'll take this brief timeout on WOW Sports. Oh, Dave Simpson said, thanks, wow. There you go.
Did he?
Yes, he did. Thank you, Dave Simpson. Appreciate you tuning in. Susan Smith as well. Appreciate your support for Conneaut Spartans Athletics. And Mike Games as well. Thank you for the update. Warren G. Harding over Youngstown Mooney, 17-0 at the half. Nikki Nunes, thank you. She thanked us as well for us live streaming.
Absolutely.
Anthony Nunes' mom or?
Grandma.
Grandma, okay.
Yep.
Nikki Nunes, thank you.
Appreciate you guys watching and and sticking with us here on all this action we were doing. So we're glad to be able to come out and do this. Hopefully we can say that after next Friday night when we drive all the way to Brooklyn High School.
Yeah, that's next week's gonna be a long one.
Yeah, that'll be a little bit longer game. Okay, here they are. Kind of slow internet tonight, but they haven't updated our score yet, so they still have us at 22-6. But South Range is all over Jefferson tonight, man. 42-7.
Yeah.
Salone has got a good lead on Menor tonight, 27-19. Menor still having problems this year. Prep, like you said, way over Benedictine, 48-7. Kirkland has finally found its game and have pulled ahead of the Lakeside Dragons 21-8. 42-10 says Chardon over Madison so far here tonight. Wildcats are playing the Cache Eagles and are all over them 20-0. And that says it's at halftime, so I don't think anybody's updated that at all. So Port LaBeouf has a 21-17 lead over Harbor Creek tonight. Geneva 35, West Geauga 9. Perry is getting back on that revenge loss they had Kirkland last week with that win over tonight over Orange, 41-10. Chagrin Falls over East Edgewood, 7-6 here tonight. Hickory over Grove City, 24-14. The big game down in Region 5. Sharon over Slippery Rock, 20-6. Titusville over Maplewood, 36-6. And how about Girard and Fairview tonight, Ben? Can you believe this? Girard is leading over Fairview 17-7.
Yeah, that's actually surprising.
That is surprising.
Yep.
36-0 says the Buckeye Bucks over Lakewood Rangers. And you covered that about Warren G. Harding tonight. So
a couple updates as well on the stream. So Nikki Nunes, thank you for the clarification. You're Anthony Nunes' aunt.
Oh, aunt, okay.
So we appreciate that. And thank you for listening in as always. And best wishes to Ethan Osborne. I appreciate you joining in tonight. And sorry about your leg. We were there last week, and we felt really bad about everything that happened and getting transported off like that. But we wish you the best with your recovery. And I'm sorry we won't probably see you, at least for the rest of the season. But please take it easy and enjoy the rest of at least the fall right now, and try to get back and healed up as best you can.
Yeah. We'll say that. How about what you have in mind for the Dairy Queen player of the game, Ben?
Yeah, so in my opinion, you could give it to quite a few, but
we got to give offense though.
I think you just got to give it to one guy, because tonight was all about Zach Rice.
Absolutely.
You got to give it to Zach because he set the school rushing record.
Yep.
Completely, and broke Mike Williams' record, and he's still got 2 more games left to go.
Yep.
In his career, so.
Oh yeah, he's going to tack on a bunch more.
Yep, exactly. So we got to give it to Zach Rice. If you wanted to give it to a defensive guy, you could, but I think Zach Rice just on his own tonight really dominated the entire game.
Yeah.
And was the star of the show tonight.
Right.
And
rightfully so. It's a cap to his career, and it's amazing. Like you say, 2 more weeks left too, and that's if we don't get in the playoffs, and we'll have a 3rd game where he can add some more yards to his career. But yeah, you're absolutely right. And I don't think we'd want to pick another player because we would want to take away from that, right?
Yep, exactly.
Good call, Ben. Very good call.
Yeah, and so with that said, it was a very good game overall by Conneaut. They moved the ball really well considering the weather was not in their favor, not in anyone's favor, but a lot of slippage definitely and a lot of inability to hang on to the ball for passing. But
it's still raining out there. It's still terrible conditions.
And the wind's blowing with it too, so it's not looking any better, and it's not clearing up. So
no lightning though, so there was no delays at all as far as we know across the entire region tonight. So that's good. If you're going to get a little rain, that's one thing, and maybe the players need to learn how to play in that in case it ever comes up again. We've been blessed with good weather for how long?
Quite a bit.
Just great weather, So this is It's just really football weather, and a lot of them have to learn how to look at Tykova, how dirty he is.
Oh man, and they just slid in the mud even more. So they're just this team just knows how to have a lot of fun out there, So we enjoy that, and they're always really fun to watch. And they moved to 6-2 on the season. Next week they go to play Brooklyn. We'll be there next week as well. For everyone joining us tonight, check us out next week as well. 6:45 pregame for the 7 o'clock kickoff.
Yeah.
For everyone here, Ben Jarvie and Matt Jarvie, 1360 WOW Sports, 102.9 FM, and WOW TV. Conneaut Spartans won this one handedly, 28-6 tonight. Great game overall. Zach Rice, 150 yards rushing, 2 touchdowns. Max Gleason had 1 touchdown. Wyatt Payne had a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. Great game overall for Conneaut. We'll look forward to Brooklyn next week.
Absolutely. Look forward to it, Ben. Good being with you, playing the game tonight, calling the game.
Yep. Thank you, everyone. Steve Grant, hopefully you feel better, and we'll see you soon. And from all of us here, have a great trip tonight. Megan Lebzall, they're back in the studio. Have a happy birthday and appreciate your time.
Happy birthday, Megan.
And thanks for producing tonight. And from all of us here, drive safe. Have a good night. Stay warm. We'll see you next week.
Yes, absolutely. We'll just going to end it again here with my closing billboard that I was hoping I could.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'll play it.
I put the music behind it, and Ben says it reminds him of a Chinese buffet, so I think I've got to kind of revise that.
No.
Fix that part of it up a little bit. But, I don't know if it's going or not here, but yes, it is. Good night, everybody.
Lake Effect Media and Spartan Nation present Conneaut Spartans Football on WOW TV, 1360 AM and WOW 102.9, and always free. Brought to you by your great Spartan sponsors. Conneaut Dairy Queen. Enjoy lunch, dinner, or a cool treat soon at your Conneaut DQ. Chris Brett State Farm Insurance. Here to help life go right. Conneaut Savings Bank. Come grow with us in Conneaut and Austinburg. University Hospital Conneaut Medical Center. Advancing the science of health and the art of compassion. Conneaut Save-A-Lot Food Store. Not lower quality, just the lowest prices every day. And Gerda's Pharmacy, family owned for over 60 years on Main Street, Conneaut.